Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a story about what if Powerful Naruto Council bashing Sasuke bashing harem. Before I start, please support for more amazing content, and do consider subscribing to my channel and share this video with your friends. This is written by Namikazeminato.7799 and link in description and support writer. Let's start the video. Chapter 1. Getting an invincible gift. It was an exhausting morning for our hero because Jiraiya was busy with his so-called research, and Naruto was training alone in outer region of a forest. It was second week of his training trip with Jiraiya and he was working hard to become stronger so that he can return and protect his precious people in Konoha. It was true that he succeeded in bringing the traitorous Uchiha back to the village. We all know who this traitor is, right? After a long fight at the Valley of the End which resulted in a very exhausted Naruto and a half-dead Sasuke, the Uchiha prodigy. Now Sasuke was a Chunin, and was always under Anbu's sight. Tsunade never tried to stop Naruto as she knew that this trip was very important for the future of both Naruto and Konohagakure no Sato. Now, it was clear that Naruto was overexerting himself as sweat was clearly visible on his forehead, and his muscles were twitching under the pressure of the Nine Tails chakra. Cloak. Naruto was trying to control third-tailed state of Demon Fox's cloak and had nearly completed it. Suddenly that damn fox took over. His muscles started to scream under the tremendous strain and his skin started to peel, resulting in his blood to flow in the cloak and turn it from bright red to crimson in color. His eyes that were red with black slits before now turned pure white, and even his fangs and claw turned blood red. A disturbance occurred at the end of his spine and slowly but surely another tail started to grow and join the three already present. He entered fourth-tailed state and lost control over his body. Soon Naruto found himself in the sewer of his subconscious mind where the cage of Kyuubi was situated. Naruto got angry on seeing Kyuubi grinning like a madman inside cage. Having enough of the stupid fox he became more furious and said, "Oh you damn fox, what are you grinning at? Just give me the control of my body back and I will not hurt you." Kyuubi roared and said, "You damn fool, who are you mortal to talk to me like that? The great Kyuubi and no Kitsune." Naruto said fuming, "I am your jailer dumb ass fox. Like you can even touch me insect, ha 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 ha. I can crush you with just a claw of mine, and you will start screaming for mercy due to the pain." Kyuubi said, "Oh yeah, then why don't you try killing me now? Let's see how you kill me when I am on this side of the sea, Baka fox." "Enough, now you know why you are still alive, Kit. Just because if you die I die does not mean I cannot harm you and you can't even dare to cross this cage bars." "He cannot cross the cage bars but I can. Right, Kurama?" A voice came from behind Naruto. Naruto turned around surprised, unconsciously stumbling back to the Kyuubi's cage. On realizing where he was and what the fox could do to him he looked in fear at Kyuubi's face. Kyuubi was looking in the direction of the mysterious figure with narrowed eyes. What Kyuubi did next surprised even Naruto as it used one of its tails and pulled Naruto in the middle of its front paws. The tail then wrapped around Naruto in a protective manner. From the dark side of the mindscape, an old man with magantas all over his clothing stepped out of the dark. Smiling, Kyuubi's eyes widened and he whispered to himself. Sage. This was noticed by Naruto, and noticing the stutter in Kyuubi's voice he asked the old man, "Hi old man, you seem to have quite an effect on this baka of a fox. Why is it stuttering in front of you? And who are you? And how did you get here in my mind? And?" "Calm down Naruto, my boy. You can ask all of your questions one by one. There is no need to ask all of them in one breath. After all, none of us is in a hurry. Right?" the old man said, smiling at Naruto. "Oh, okay, so first thing first, who are you?" asked Naruto. "Have you ever heard about the Sage of Six Paths, father of all shinobi, jutsus and of course bijus?" asked the old man. "I have, but I don't know much as I never paid much attention to history or theory lectures in academy," answered Naruto, a bit confused and ashamed to his confession. "Well, I am that sage. The Sage of the Six Paths, the great Sannin of all times and also father of Kurama, or as you call him Kyuubi." Naruto turned his at Kyuubi and started grinning at the greatest biju. Finally he said, "I found your father Kyuubi. Now I will make him punish you for your behavior towards me and Konoha." The Sannin laughed a little while Kyuubi just stared at Naruto, ready to kill him just by staring. Now, I am here to give you a gift, something from me on your 14th birthday, little Naruto," said the Sannin. Now Naruto remembered that today was October 10th, his 14th birthday. He quickly asked, "What is this gift? Please tell me, what is it?" "It is the first gift I will ever get on my birthday," the Sannin said. "First, I am here because you're entered fourth-tailed state of your biju cloak, and yes, there is a gift for you. I have been watching you for some time. Your battle at the Valley of End was really breathtaking. So I decided to give you my eyes, Naruto." Now Naruto was disgusted. "I don't want your eyes. I have mine and I don't want to make someone blind because of me." The sage chuckled and said, "No, not like that. I will give your eyes the power of mine. Understood? Now listen closely, young one, as it will be useful in the future when you use my eyes." Naruto immediately sat down and unconsciously pulled Kyuubi's tail around him for warmth, much to the irritation of the said biju. "It is called Eternal Rinnegan. I used it in making all 9 bijus and distributing the power of the Jubi. It takes a lot of user's chakra to remain active and leaves the user unconscious for at least a week, but you already have Kurama inside of you. This limitation will not act on you." Now Naruto was curious as well as excited. The Sennin continued Naruto, these eyes will give you immense power, and you will be able to learn every jutsu just by seeing it once. Even bloodline jutsus and dijutsus like Byakugan and Sharingan, better known as the Kekkei Genkai. All you need to do will be to say the jutsus or dijutsu's name, and you will have it, or will be able to perform it within a heartbeat. Naruto asked, are there any side effects because I hate hospital, he said, pouting. The sage said, no, there is no side effect of this dijutsu, and I will be training you in your mindscape to control it easily when you will be sleeping, as your body will be resting, and you will be training here with me. Also, I am giving you these scrolls. They contain jutsus and dijutsus I have seen until now. You can read them here in your mindscape, and Kurama will help you with them. Right, Kurama? Hi, father, was the reply of Kyubi from behind. The Kyubi was nodding nonstop as he became more and more excited. The Sennin then placed his both hands on Naruto's shoulders and made an eye contact with him and said, okay, Naruto, this will hurt a lot, but the pain is worth it. The power that comes with it is beyond your wildest dream. So ready? When Naruto hesitantly nodded, the sage started pouring his chakra in Naruto's eyes. Naruto started screaming with all his might, and tried to cry because of pain, but his tears betrayed him as his eyes were not under his control. Finally his body gave up and he fainted in Sage's arms. After some time, "Ard" was the first thing Naruto muttered after he gained his consciousness. So you are finally awake, huh? I thought I overdid it when you fainted, came the Sennin's voice from behind him. Naruto turned to face the sage and asked, is it done? The Sennin simply nodded and said that your traveling partner is approaching. Tell him everything and only those who you trust. Ask him to teach you sage art, and tell that I said that you are ready for it as well as for the secret of your heritage as well. Chapter 2, Return of the New Sage. Jiraiya was in a bar, trying to get some material for his latest novel of Ika Paradise, when suddenly he felt a huge wave of chakra wash over him. Over all this mess, in was coming from Naruto's direction. Kami, don't tell me, was Jiraiya's thoughts as he sprinted towards Naruto's location. After running for 5 minutes he reached the corner of forest, and saw Naruto in his fourth-tailed state, but something as off. Cubified Naruto was standing there like a statue. Just the 4 tails at his back were swaying peacefully in all directions. Jiraiya knew that maybe Naruto was practicing 4-tailed state, but way so calmly? It was not a trait of Naruto to stay calm, especially while training. So he reached up to him and was about to use chakra suppression seal on him, when suddenly all the red chakra vanished, and Naruto gained his consciousness. After that, the whole day was spent in explaining everything to Jiraiya, and to Naruto's surprise Jiraiya believed him instantly. After asking as to why he believed so easily, Jiraiya told him that all the things that Naruto told him were correct, and he knew that was not smart enough to make such kind of story. After hearing this, Naruto pouted but soon forgot about it as Jiraiya started to tell him about his father, Minato Namikaze, the Yondaime Hokage, and his mother Kushina Uzumaki, the Red Death of Konoha. Jiraiya also told him that he will now start teaching him Hiraishin and Sage Arts, as he was not an expert in Sage Art, and he definitely was not capable of performing Hiraishin, but he knew a lot about Hiraishin. And now, it was Naruto's 16th birthday, and he was now youngest sage ever to walk on Earth. He was now perfect in Hiraishin, thanks to his increased intelligence, and now wore an exact copy of his father's clothes, just that instead of yellow flash on his back, there was a kanji 4-second yellow flash. He was now awesome looking, as now girls who look at him used to become tomato. Right now, he was on his way to his home village, Konohagakure, with Jiraiya. When they reached the gates of Konoha, the guards fainted on seeing Yondaime return to their village. Naruto paid no attention to them, and keep on walking with a stern look on his face, but Jiraiya knew what made the guards to fainted, and he laughed in his head at their reaction. Towards left to meet for his apartment after saying that he will be at Hokage's office in an hour, or chuckled and started planning his research in Konoha's hot springs. After reaching his apartment, he took a quick shower and decided to pay a visit to Ichiraku's ramen stand. Now, our hero was roaming in the streets of Konoha when he heard something. On turning around, he saw a lot of girls stalking him, and many older women fainted on seeing an exact image of Yondaime in him. Suddenly he felt a hand on his shoulder, and as he turned, he found himself looking at green eyes of a girl with pink hairs. Hey, my name is Sakura. I am a kunoichi of Konoha, and as I can see from your hatite, you are a shinobi of Konoha too. Who are you? Holy shit, he is as hot as Sasuke-kun, said and thought the girl respectively. On seeing his long-lost crush, he clenched his fists, and said, that's none of your business, Haruno, and continued his walk. Huh, was Sakura's response as he left. On his walk, he again started noticing the look of respect given to him by some villagers and some blushes directed towards him. He was almost at Ichiraku when he remembered what happened 3 years ago to make him overcome his crush on Sakura. Flashback no jutsu. It was raining heavily and Sakura and Kakashi were waiting for Naruto's return. Well, Kakashi was waiting for Naruto, whereas Sakura was waiting for her _Kuin, we all know who. As a figure emerged from horizon, after some time they could see that it was Naruto carrying Sasuke on his back. A Chidori wound can be seen on his left side of chest. He was fully exhausted and very much soaked in his own blood. On reaching the gates, Sakura snatched Sasuke from Naruto and started to cry. Only Kakashi came to support Naruto on his legs. Don't worry, Sakura-chan, he is alive, and stay away from my Sasuke-kun, you demon. But Sakura-chan, just shut up, you nearly killed my Sasuke-kun. Everyone in the village is right, you are really a true evil demon and I hate you. Never show me your face again, you murderer. You are a shame to our village as well as to all the shinobi of the world. Now get out of here before I ask the council to execute you, bastard. Next day Naruto was gone his 3-year-long training trip with Jiraiya. Flashback no Jutsukai. He was brought back to the real world by Lee and Tenten. Youthful Lee and a blushing Tenten would be more correct. Hey you youthful looking man, I have never seen you in this village. Are a spy or something, asked Lee, ready to fight at confirmation of his question. Yeah, we have never seen you before even when you were a Konoha Hatai 8, said Tenten now curiously. But I have seen you both and have spent some time in your company, Lee and Tenten, said Naruto, trying to hide grin. How do you know our name, you unyouthful spy? Shouted Lee. Oh, so you forget me, my rival Lee. I see, you have become very beautiful too, Ten-chan, said Naruto now grinning widely. Naruto, I don't believe this, said both Chunin in unison. Oh, now you recognized me. Hey, nice to meet you, said Naruto. Naruto, you look very youthful, my eternal rival, shouted Lee, bouncing with excitement. Naruto-kun, you look quite handsome, said Tenten blushing. Oh, not this, Ten-chan, I am sick of these. Every woman in the village is either blushing or fainting on seeing me. What happened to the ladies of this village? Said Naruto confused. Tenten was now hiding her red face in her shirt, and Lee was bouncing and shouting about how his eternal rival is back in the village. Hey Naruto-kun, would you like to come to our little Rookie 9 gathering this evening at Kadatsu restaurant? You know today is QB festival, your birthday, so both of us would like to invite you to if you can spare some time for it from your training time. Asked Tenten with a look of hope in her eyes. Of course, how can I deny a request of such a beauty as you, Ten-chan? I will be there, said Naruto, kissing Tenten's hand. Tenten now looked like she took a bath of red water, maybe blood. Okay, YOSH Naruto, we will wait for you. It will be a surprise for other rookies, okay? Oh, and our former senseis will be there too. Again shouted youthful Lee. After some more conversation, Lee and Tenten left. Well, again a youthful Lee and a blushing red Tenten left will be more appropriate. Naruto went to Ichiraku's and again was forced to see a blushing Iam and a surprised Tochi Ichiraku. 1 hour later, Naruto entered Hokage's office with a blushing Shizen behind him. He just encountered Shizen outside the office and got the same reaction from her as the other women of the village. Tsunade and Jiraiya were sitting on Hokage chair and window panel respectively. On seeing him, Tsunade bounced from her chair and nearly hugged him to death by her superhuman strength. Thanks to Jiraiya and Shizen, who somehow managed to separate them from the hug. So in this way the meeting began and lasted for 2 hours as Tsunade and Shizen were trying to extract every single memory of their trip out of their minds, just like Inoichi and Ibiki. In the end, Naruto was receiving glares of astonishment. So he simply went back to his apartment to get ready for the Rookie 9 gathering in the evening. It will be fun to meet everyone again after so long, and of course seeing their faces on seeing me will be awesome. Hehehe. Chapter 3, The Rookie 12 Gathering, Kadatsu Restaurant. There was everyone present there. Kakashi, Asuma, Guy, Kurenai, Enko, surprisingly, Team 10, Team 9, Team 8, and what was remaining of Team 7. They have booked the whole restaurant for the gathering, so you can only see some restaurant staff and some customers who were there to buy some food for their home. Naruto was on his way to the restaurant when he saw that Iam was struggling to clean the counter before closing, as it was the QB festival night, and every citizen was gone in the celebration. He reached up to her and said, Iam-chan, what a lovely lady like you is doing this fine evening. It doesn't suit you, you know. Iam jumped in surprise but some relaxed on recognizing the voice of the new handsome Naruto, whose good looks have occupied her mind from the morning, and she was guessing that she will soon start having wet dreams about him. She turned and said, oh, it's you, Naruto. I was just cleaning the counter so that we can close for today, you know. Today is the QB festival and we know about its relation to you as you told us so. We were going home after closing because we don't feel like celebrating when we know your pain. Naruto was now very happy as he was now around people who cared for him and his feelings, so he made his mind and said, don't worry Iam-chan, I am happy that you take care for me and my feelings, and as a return gift, here you go. With that said, he made 3 kage bunshins and ordered them to clean the shop and then turned to Iam and said, so, now that you are free, would you like to join me to the Rookie 9 gathering party at Kadatsu Restaurant as my special guest, Iam-chan? He stretched his arm and looked at her, waiting for an answer. She blushed a bit and said, sure, and Naruto-kun, and with that she hesitantly took his hand and started walking with him. They talked about changes in Konoha when his was gone, and what was he doing in these last 3 years out of the village. They reached the restaurant and as they entered, Naruto was tackled by another blonde. Hey hottie, what are you doing here? Said the new blonde female, sitting on his stomach, holding his face and neck. Well, I was invited to our gathering, Ino-chan, and by the look of it I am on time, right? Said Naruto, removing himself from under Ino. Hey, how do you know my name, and who invited you to our gathering? Asked, now confused Ino, as everyone looked up to the new arrivals. Oh, Ino, he knows all of us and I and Lee invited him here, said Tenten from her table at the other side of the restaurant. You, how dare you enter our gathering? Are you stalking me or something? Asked the pink-haired Sakura from Sasuke's side. I am not blind to stalk someone as ugly as you when there are beauties like Ino-chan in this village, forehead, said Naruto calmly. Ino blushed a bit at being called beautiful by a handsome man like him. Okay, but still, who is this hottie anyway? I never saw him in our village. Instead of he is wearing a Konoha Hatai 8? Asked Ino. Oh, I see. I just left for 3 years and you all forget me, huh? You know that hurts, said Naruto, pouting. Ino's eyes grew wide as well as everyone's on recognizing the blonde in front of them. Naruto shouted Ino as she again hugged him tightly. I see, you are training under Ba-chan as your grip is exactly like here. Now will you please release me as I am out of air, he said, struggling to breathe. Ino, realizing it, jumped back from him and started to blush. After some relaxing conversation with everyone, excluding Sasuke and Sakura, Naruto was pulled to girls' table where they started asking questions about his trip and secretly admiring his looks. Naruto was answering questions of Ino, Hinata, Tenten, well, mostly Ino as she was the gossip queen, while Ayam was just blushing with Hinata on seeing his smile. Sasuke and Sakura were sitting on the neighboring table when suddenly Sasuke said, hey dope, Naruto didn't responded. So he again said, hey you dope, Naruto again didn't responded, but it was clear that he heard him, and now all the girls were looking at Sasuke, who was glaring at Naruto, and Naruto who was smiling at them. Suddenly Sasuke shouted, hey dope, aren't you listening to me? Dop and Sakura shouted, yeah you baka, why aren't you listening to Sasuke-kun? And tried to punch Naruto on his head when he caught her hand in the air. Sasuke now shouted with anger, hey you dope, how dare you ignore me, the great Uchiha prodigy. You will pay for this. Dop. His sentence was left incomplete as a fist collided with his face, and he was sent flying into a nearby table whereas Sakura was tripped by a leg and landed on her but right beside Sasuke. Don't you dare call me that again, you piece of shit, because the next time you said that, I will use my chakra in that punch. Same goes for you, bitch, said Naruto calmly, standing at his table with hands crossed in front of his chest and giving Gaara's typical pose. You will pay for that, dope, shouted Sasuke, emerging from the broken pieces of wooden furniture. He ran towards Naruto and kicked him on his neck with his full force, but surprisingly Naruto didn't even blink. This time Naruto used a finger and thrusted it in Sasuke's chest, who cried in pain and fell to his knees in front of Naruto. Sasuke, stop being so hateful or I will have to kill you, said Naruto. Ha, like you can kill me, you were not able to kill me back then, and you are not capable of killing me now. I am a Chunin unlike you who is still a genin, said Sasuke. Oh, it seems you forgot which one of us traveled back to Konoha on his own and which one of us was carried back here. I was easily capable of killing you at that time as well, and you know that, Uchiha. It was I who dismissed my Rasengan at the last point to avoid killing you, and it was I who took your Chidori on my chest. I allowed you to live just because I promised that I will bring you back alive to that pink-haired bitch of yours standing there. And what I got? I was called demon for bring you alive, and I am gonna rectify that mistake of mine if you keep on acting like that in front of me. It seems that Kakashi and other senseis didn't tell you guys, huh? Hey Kakashi, do me a favor and enlighten this pest, will you, said Naruto, motioning towards Kakashi. Hi senpai, said Kakashi, making everyone confused as to why he called Naruto senpai. Kakashi came forward and said, Sasuke, even if you are a Chunin, Naruto is a Jonin, as he passed Chunin exams in Kumo, and after 2 months of becoming Chunin, he gave Jonin exams in Kuri. And on considering the gap between his promotions, he was promoted to elite Jonin, and that's why I called him senpai, as he outranks me as well. Everyone was shocked on hearing Naruto's rank. Sasuke, you rank C in the bingo book of IWA, but Naruto is ranked above S and nearly an SS rank shinobi of Konoha, said Asuma. Naruto is clearly more powerful than any of us, that's for sure, said Kurenai. And his blood tastes better than any of you, said Anko, smiling. Yosh, Naruto's flames of youth burns as bright as mine, and Lee shouted, Guy.so what? I will tell the council to strip him from his rank for attacking me, an elite Uchiha, said Sasuke, smirking. Oh poor Sasuke, do you know that there are clans in Konoha who are higher in rank than Uchiha? Asked Naruto smilingly. Yeah, they are the clans of Hokage, so what? Said a pissed Sasuke. Too bad for you, as I am a member of one of them, said Naruto calmly. Baka, just because Tsunade-sama takes you as her son doesn't mean you are related to Hokages, shouted Sakura, now standing with a smirking Sasuke. Oh, is that so? Well, let me introduce me again briefly. I am Uzumaki Naruto Namikaze, son of the Yondaime Hokage, Minato Namikaze aka Yellow Flash of Konoha, and Kushina Uzumaki aka Red Death of Konoha, godson of Sanins, Jiraiya and Tsunade, a grandson figure for Sandaime Hokage, Jinchuriki of Kyubi and Kitsune. Nice to meet you all, he said, smiling and flashing his copyright grin. Ha, that was a nice try, Baka, but we don't believe you. You are lying, right, sensei? Said Sakura. No, Sakura, Naruto is telling the truth. He is the son of my sensei, Yondaime Hokage, Konoha's hero. To say that everyone was trying to find their jaws on the floor will be an understatement. So what, I am the last Uchiha? The council will do anything I say, said Sasuke, trying to conceal his shock and trying hard to maintain his stoic face. You will be the last Uchiha for the village and second last Uchiha for the Fire Country, including Uchiha Itachi, but for the world. You are the third last Uchiha, as the true leader of Akatsuki is an Uchiha who helped Itachi in cleaning this village from those arrogant Uchihas. Yes, he is Uchiha Madara. Kakashi, he is Uchiha Obito in disguise who calls himself Uchiha Madara. And as long as I am considered, I am the last heir of both Uzumaki and Namikaze clans, because I am the last member, or at least last male member of these clans, so you can guess who will be supported by your precious council. Said Naruto, this time smirking. Not if I kill you first, said Sasuke, activating his Sharingan with 3 tomos. That lowly technique of yours will not work on me, Uchiha. I have the most powerful jutsu in the world, by which I have already defeated your brother twice in these last 3 years, said Naruto lazily. Oh yeah, then let's watch this jutsu of yours, dope, said Sasuke. Nah, you are not worthy enough to even see it, and you don't even have Manjiki Sharingan. It would be my Dijitsu's insult to be seen by a scum like you, team, as you are no prodigy. It was Itachi who was the real prodigy of the Uchiha clan, and I have already defeated him, and I don't need to prove anything to you, so shut your mouth and behave like one behaves in front of his or her superiors, as I am one for you, said Naruto, turning to others and then saying again that okay, so tomorrow is the announcement of my heritage and certain other news about me and future, so all of you, except my 2 ex-teammates, are invited by me on the top of the Hokage Tower at the backstage. I am having a short celebration there before the announcement, and Kiba, don't worry, I am throwing a full-blown party at my new house, the Namake's estate, tomorrow night, and you all should be there, I insist. Except my ex, he trailed off in the end of his sentence, rolling his eyes. Did you just said Namake's estate? You mean the one in the northern outer region of Konoha? Asked Kiba with hearts in his eyes. Oh, I see, you have seen my family mansion. That's right, that's the one, so what, any problem with that? Said Slash, asked Naruto with a brow narrowed. No, nothing is wrong. It's just that estate is the only one which is ranked higher than Uchiha compound in wealth, security, area and incredible training ground, said Kiba, much to Sasuke's jealousy. I see, you are well informed, Kiba. At least now some thief of jutsu stealing clans will think twice before breaking into my house, said Naruto, eyeing Sasuke. Well, I have to go, so see you all later. Until then, ja any, Naruto said, and then quickly disappeared in the air and reappearing behind I am Chan, shall we go? He asked, surprising the said girl, who said blushing, okay, Naruto-kun. Naruto smiled and then placed a hand on her shoulder and then smiled to others and mouthed tomorrow Hokage Tower and disappeared with I am in thin air. Chapter 4. The Announcement and the Sudden Challenge. Naruto reached his apartment late that night after eating a lot of ramen at Ichiraka's and found that the door of his apartment was open. He suspiciously entered the apartment, a kunai held tightly in his left hand whereas his right hand was curved to make a ram seal. There was a note stabbed by a kunai on the inside of his front door. He carefully took it down from the wall, making sure that there was no explosive tag connected to it in any way. He opened it and read, Naruto-kun, we are very happy on your return and thus thought to give you a return gift. So we managed to enter your apartment, sorry for the broken bedroom window, and cleaned it for you as we know you are always out for your intense training, thus you can now have a clean environment. Oh shit, we forgot that you are shifting to the Namake's estate. Anyways, your cupboard is filled with instant ramen, and it contains all ramen flavors, well at least those we are aware of, so please accept our little welcome back gift, and again sorry for the window. We will meet you tomorrow at Hokage Tower. Ino, Hinata, Tenten. Naruto smiled and placed his kunai back in his pocket. Yeah, tomorrow will be fun, too much fun indeed. It was morning in Konoha and everyone was going on their jobs, etc., but one thing was common. Everyone was thinking, why had Hokage called a village assembly? Hell, even a few ANBU members tripped on their own legs while thinking about it. Konoha Council Chambers, 8:39 a.m. Is this true that you have found Yandame-sama's son Hokage-sama? Because as far as we know, he never became father as Kushina-sama was killed before the birth of the child, said a council member. Yes, it is true that we have found Minato's son. We never lost him in the first place. It was a SS-ranked secret that only Hokages were allowed to know and tell, and no, Kushina gave birth to their son before being killed by the Kyuubi. He is already a Konoha Jonin at the age of 16 and is still climbing ranks, as he will get a promotion today as well, said Tsunade, smirking. She was proud of Naruto, and was feeling a motherly joy for him at the time. Did you just say that he will get a promotion today? But he is already a Jonin at 16 according to you, and there is no rank above Jonin in Konoha Shinobi forces other than Sannin. So what promotion will he be given today then? Asked another civilian council member. You will see that in the village assembly today where I will reveal his heritage, Tsunade said. Then where is he now? Asked Sakura Haruno, Sakura's mother, who was also a civilian council member. He will be here any, was Tsunade's reply, which was shortly cut by Naruto, who said, Hey Ba-chan, why did you call me here? What are you doing here, demon? Get out of here now, you trash. We don't want to let you meet Yandame's son. Well, you can't, even if you try. That is for the reason. Ba-chan here will tell you, you useless civilian, said Naruto, smirking. He disrespected me. ANBU execute him now for disrespecting a council member. Shouted the same civilian again. Sorry, but we can't do that, said an ANBU, while other ANBUs nodded in agreement. That's right, they can't execute a Namikaze just because he told a civilian his place in a shinobi village, said Tsunade, waiting to see everyone's reactions on the fact that she just referred to him as a Namikaze. Everyone processed the information, and then Sakura Haruno shouted, You are disrespecting Yandame-sama by telling us that this demon is his son. Just because you have mercy for this demon, doesn't give you any right to spread false rumors. We all know there is no way he is Yandame's son. He was, is, and always will be the demon that killed our beloved Yandame Hokage. Other civilian members nodded, whereas shinobi clan leaders can now put 2 and 2 together, and realization dawned on them. But we can tell that Yandame-sama would have never asked anyone to give their child for the sealing of the Kyuubi, and thus he would have definitely chosen his own son for the task, said Shikaku Nara. Well, that doesn't prove he is his son, said Sakura for the civilian side of the council. But we can't just avoid the exact resemblance of Yondaime and Naruto, now can we? Said Inoichi Yamanaka. We don't believe that, said a civilian. I knew you will not believe this, that is why I have Sandaime-sama's personal diary with every secret about Naruto, and Yondaime said. Tsunade. We know that Sandaime-sama loved this demon very much, so he can write lies about him, and thus it do not prove anything, said Sakaru, smirking and thinking that she won. Then you leave me no choice, Jiraiya. Bring in the last scroll left by Yondaime inside the council chamber. She ordered Jiraiya, who was standing outside the council chamber just in case if he was needed inside. Jiraiya came inside with a scroll in his hand and handed it to Tsunade. She showed it to all the council and then said, as you all can see and know that this scroll has Yondaime's personal seal, which means it was sealed by Yondaime himself, and it is not a fake one. Everyone nodded at this. She continued, we were trying to open it for years so that we can get some knowledge about Kyuubi's attack, but sadly it can only be opened by the blood of Yondaime, or his child who has his blood in his veins. No, Naruto, will you please come forward and wipe some of your blood on the seal over here so that we can see that whether you are really Yondaime's son or not. At this, Naruto came forward and bit his thumb and swiped it on the seal present on the scroll. It glowed for a while and then it opened the scroll to the shock of everyone in the council. Naruto, this is your parents' scroll, thus you should see its content first, Tsunade said and handed it over to Naruto, now officially Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. There was a letter from his parents, and some papers. He handed over the papers to Tsunade, who started reading them aloud. I am Minato Namikaze, Konoha's Yellow Flash and Yondaime Hokage. Today is October 10th and Kyuubi is doing its rampage on Konoha. During the birth of our only son Naruto, Kushina's seal became loose and a masked man appeared and broke the seal and used Sharingan to control Kyuubi. I managed to defeat him and cancel out his control on Kyuubi, but he managed to escape. I summoned Shinigami and used my own son to seal it because he had Uzumaki blood in him. I wish that after my death, Naruto is considered as a hero who keeps Kyuubi inside him and saves everyone from its wrath, but have a feeling that it will not happen, and for that, I am truly sorry, son. I am giving the Namikaze and Uzumaki estate to him, and all my money as well as my knowledge to him. Keep the Namikaze name always in fame, my son, and again I am sorry for this burden. I truly love you from my heart, and wish for your well-being. Minato Namikaze, Yondaime Hokage. Now Naruto was in tears and he clenched on the letters from his parents more tightly. Tsunade smiled and said, now that it is proved that he is Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, I am giving him his parents' property and money, also as the promotion. I am announcing him as my successor for the title of Hokage. Naruto, to test your leadership skills, I am giving you ANBU Black Ops. They will now work under your command and only I will have the power to cancel any of your orders. You will become a council member as my successor as well as Namikaze and Uzumaki clan's head. Now any questions? Yes, now that he is the last Uzumaki and Namikaze, he will be a candidate for CRA, right? Asked Sakaru Haruno, planning to patch up him with Sakura. Yes, I forgot. Yes, I have discussed the CRA thing with him, and Naruto said that he will only have 5 wives at tops and at least 2 of them will not be from any clans. So he will choose them on his own and all we can do is suggest some to him. Also, as when the word gets out about the return of Yondaime's blood, there will be a flood of marriage proposals from other villages, so he will choose whether he will marry any of them or not. Now any of you have any suggestion as for him, said Tsunade. Sakura saw the opportunity and said yes, he should be married to my daughter Sakura. Now Naruto was pissed. He said there is no way in the hell I will marry that Uchiha slut. I will better kill myself than to marry that bitch. Here I was thinking of banning her from Namikaze district, and now you say this. Don't say that name in front of me ever again. It was then that he noticed that nearly all the clan members had their hands up for the suggestions. He just said that he will be off now and went back to his estate. Tsunade then ended the meeting telling that in the afternoon she will make the announcements. Afternoon, same day, Hokage Tower. There was a lot of crowd in front of the Hokage Tower. Everyone was confused because there were decorations as if new Hokage was going to be selected. All of the friends of Naruto were standing there after attending the small celebration from Tsunade and Naruto. Naruto announced about the CRA thing, asked them if they knew anyone interested. They should inform him, and he will see what he can do. Now everyone was waiting for the announcements as Tsunade appeared above the Hokage Tower. She raised her hand and every villager stopped talking, and she gained attention of everyone. Tsunade started. As many of you will be thinking why this public gathering has been called, I must tell you that today I, Tsunade Senju, Godame Hokage of Konohagakure no Sato, is going to reveal the biggest secret of our village to you all. At this, whisper started but stopped when she continued. Today I am going to reveal the identity of our hero, Minato Namikaze, our Yondaime Hokage's son. Yes, his own blood and flesh. His son was born a few hours before his death. His wife Kushina Uzumaki gave birth to their son before her death, a son who was mistreated by our village for nearly 16 years. The boy who always proclaimed to become the greatest Hokage of Konoha, unknowingly walking on his father's footsteps. The boy whose own father, Yondaime, was forced to seal Kyuubi within his own son. Yes, I am talking about him. Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze is the son of the Yondaime Hokage. Sandaime-sama kept it as a secret because his father made lots of enemies in the last war. And top of that, he is our village's only Jinchuriki, thus losing him would have resulted in Konoha's downfall. Thus he kept it a secret known to only a few. I have shown all the proofs to the council. both civilian and shinobi ones, and they have recognized him as the last heir of the Uzumaki as well as the Namikaze clans. At this, people have shame in their eyes and their heads were down to the ground as they realized what they have done to their yandame's son for all those years. Tsunade smiled on seeing this and thought at least they now regret their actions. She then continued, I have given him all the property of his parents, thus all the Uzumaki and Namikaze properties will be filed under his name. I am also proud to announce that I am declaring him my successor for the post of Rokudame Hokage, and from now on he is the commander of Konoha ANBU Black Ops. Naruto, will you please kind enough to come here? As she said that, there came Naruto out of thin air. He was wearing black ANBU pants and a Konoha Jonin vest with a coat just like his father of dark blue color with black flames at the bottom with Uzumaki swirl on his left bicep, and Namikaze lightning on his right bicep with a kanji for Rokudame on his back. His long but surprisingly spiky hairs were in the same hairstyle as his father, and his blue eyes were shining in the sunlight. All in all, he was looking an exact copy of his father excluding the color of his clothes. Many women were having nosebleeds as another women killer Namikaze appeared in the world, same as the yandame. Tsunade was smiling and then she said, people of Konoha, I present you Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, your soon-to-be Rokudame Hokage. Is there anyone who wants to say something about the revelations made today? Yeah, I can easily defeat him, so you should announce me the next Hokage instead of him. After all, he is still the dead last of our year, said now revealed Sasuke Uchiha. Yes, Sasuke-kun can easily defeat that loser, said Sakura, standing beside Sasuke. Now whispers were again started among the villagers. Who should they choose? The last Uchiha or the son of their hero Yandame? Suddenly Naruto said, gaining attention of everyone. Alright team, if that's what you want. Then he pulled out a kunai out of his pocket which made everyone gasp at what it was. Naruto was holding the legendary 3 prolonged kunai, the Yandame's kunai to be accurate. He threw it at Sasuke, who jumped back to avoid being hit by it, but before the kunai could hit the ground, Naruto appeared beside it in a yellow flash and snatched the kunai from its mid-air projection. Now he was face to face with Sasuke and everyone was gaping on both, seeing the famous Hirishin again, and the killing intent coming from the blonde. That's what you will get. Hey Bachan, please organize a fight between me and all the rookies as well as their senseis and the top ANBU squad. I will be fighting them this evening in the stadium, if that's okay with this lowlife. Now Sasuke was pissed. He instantly charged to punch the blonde, but suddenly 4 ANBU appeared around Naruto with their swords drawn, ready to strike if needed to save their new commander. Sasuke stopped dead in his track as a 5th ANBU appeared behind him with his sword on the Uchiha's neck. Uchiha-san, it would be better if you do not attack the new ANBU commander in middle of the whole village, and of course in presence of his ANBUs. I will defeat you dope and then become Hokage, then all the ninjas of this village will help me in killing Itachi. Just you watch. Oh come on team, you said the same thing at the Valley of N 3 years ago, and yet you were the one who returned unconscious. Don't you get tired of boasting, because I would have. Now take your gay ass away from me, because it will be kicked this even so hard that I doubt you will be able to sit properly for a week. Sasuke fumed and stomped back to Uchiha compound with a certain pink-haired banshee in tow. Okay everyone, this meeting is over and you all are invited at the stadium for the battle of Konoha Top Shinobi vs Rokudame. Dismissed, said Tsunade as she headed back in her office with a smiling face, but soon she will encounter another battle, or maybe war, known as Hokage vs Paperwork. Mahahaha. Naruto headed towards Ichiraku's ramen stand to fill his stomach before the fight. Murmurs can be heard throughout the village that even he was a Namikaze and a Jinchuriki. There were very slim chances of his victory against Konoha's best ninjas together. Only if they knew. Evening, Chunin Exam Stadium, 5:55 p.m. All the stadium was full, and luckily the stadium had the capacity to hold more than Konoha's total population. All the council members and clan heads were in VIP area, and those who were supposed to fight in the battle against Naruto were also present in the arena. Naruto was yet to show up. I knew that dope will be afraid to face a true Uchiha in a battle. That's why he ran off and not coming to fight me, said a certain duck-but-haired prick gay. Oh, I can go for all the paragraph for describing him, but you know who he is. That's why I will not write about it, even if I would love to. Yes, Sasuke-kun is right. That loser is definitely afraid for his life. He is not coming. Why don't they just announce Sasuke-kun the next Hokage already? Guess who said that? Because I am the Rokudame, and I don't think a gay like Sasuke can take that position from me, came a voice from middle of the arena. There was a yellow flash, and there stood Naruto. He was not wearing his headband. He was wearing a black skin-tight pant with black boots. On his upper body, he was wearing a long black coat which went down to below his knees with a cut on back staring from lower waist to end of the coat. Front of the coat was open, showing his perfect torso and abs with a single button closed on his waist. Imagine shirtless Neo in Matrix Reloaded with single button closed. He turned around towards Tsunade and Jiraiya and signaled Jiraiya, who just nodded in response. Turning back to meet the gaze of his opponents, he quickly made some hand seals and then just said in normal tone, Kuchios no Jutsu, and slammed his hand on the ground. Kakashi's eyes widened on seeing that Naruto didn't use any blood for summoning jutsu. Poof! When the smoke cleared, there stood a fox with blue eyes and pure white fur. It was carrying some scrolls on its back which Naruto picked up and tossed one scroll to each of his opponents. Those are NOCs. According to these, if anything happens to any of you during the fight, I will not be held responsible, and by anything, I mean anything including death. He turned and pointed towards a corner where his summon was made a line on the ground and said, if any of you wants to quit now or during the match, you can cross that line and I will not attack you, but once you cross that line then you cannot attack me as well because it is a barrier as well. Now shall we start? Everyone in the crowd becomes silent as the match started. All the opponents of Naruto dropped into their respective fighting stances, whereas Naruto just stood there crossing his arms and said, this match will have 7 back-to-back rounds. Before the round starts I will call the name of the round and then we will fight according to its name, okay? Everyone nodded. And then Naruto said, first round, Taijutsu. He vanished from their sight and appeared in front of Guy and Lee, kicking them in their stomach in a clean swipe, sending them flying in the walls of the stadium. Everyone's jaw dropped on the display of raw power from the blonde. Oh yeah, this is just the beginning. Chapter 5. The 7 Rounds Part 1. Just as Naruto kicked Guy and Lee, Shikamaru and Neji was on him along with Asuma and Kiba. So they are trying to corner me from the very beginning, huh? Well, let them try, thought Naruto. Naruto is too fast for my shadow possession to work on him, so we need to distract him somehow. Maybe Kiba can distract him with Akamaru, thought the guy with troublesome as his favorite word. Neji and Kiba started attacking the blonde from opposite directions, but suddenly their eyes widened when Naruto dropped in Hyuga's gentle fist stance. What is the meaning of this, Naruto? You can't possibly know the gentle fist, said a shocked Neji as he stopped to contemplate on the situation. And why is that, Neji? Said the blonde. Because it's limited to the Hyugas only. Yeah, but it's not like one can't learn it on their own by observing ninjas from your clan, right? Now Neji was really shocked. Naruto was right. There was no law regarding that way of learning gentle fist. He was more surprised as Naruto said all this while defending against attacks of Kiba, Asuma and Choji, who had joined the brawl. Naruto then changed his taijutsu form and dropped in the tiger stance, and kicked Kiba right in the face, sending the boy straight in his companion Akamaru. The duo stopped rolling after a good 20 meters and Kiba was now struggling to get up on his feet as his vision was filled with stars with whiskers. Naruto, after kicking Kiba, punched the ball coming towards him, which was apparently Choji, and stopped him in his track. Asuma saw his chance and attacked from behind Naruto to see what the blonde will do. Imagine his surprise when Naruto suddenly used Choji as support, and jumped in air, all the while smashing his shinobi metal-guarded sandal in the poor Jonin's face. Asuma flew directly in Shikamaru, who was still thinking how to get Naruto to lose focus. When Asuma began standing, he suddenly started to cough. The case was that when Naruto smashed his sandal in his face, the cigarette Asuma was smoking went in his mouth and he swallowed it. Now Asuma was surely out of this round, and then Kakashi decided to enter the fight. He came rocketing towards Naruto from behind, trying to catch him off guard. But he was the one to get surprised as at the last second, Naruto turned around and delivered a roundhouse kick to his temple, sending Kakashi flying into Shikamaru against the arena wall. Ino and Hinata were standing aside. Both were sure that this was a fight they cannot win. Now when Asuma, Choji, Kiba and Shikamaru were out of this fight, the top ANBU squad became serious, and started planning an effective formation to take down their new commander. As they charged him with their swords and tanto, they never saw the ground break under them until 4 pair of hands were holding their ankles. Naruto's clones used their grip on the ankles of the ANBU to pull them under the ground, effectively rendering them useless for the fight. Now Naruto suddenly found himself in a tight position. He was surrounded by Shino, Tenten, Kakashi, Kurenai, Sakura and Sasuke. Well, not so tight if Sakura was there. Naruto cocked back his fist and slammed it in the ground at his foot. The ground cracked and a boulder shot out from right under Sakura, sending her out of the formation. Naruto shot forward so fast that there was a shockwave produced which was powerful enough to deflect the kunais thrown at him from by Tenten. The distraction was enough for Naruto somehow knocked Shino down with a kunai to his throat. Yield now, Shino. You are good, Naruto. Alright, I yield, said Shino, raising his hands to signal his surrender. Now Naruto jumped to his right just as Kakashi landed a kick where he was standing just a second ago. Naruto turned and disappeared again only to appear behind Sakura. He swiftly chopped her on her neck, and she crumbled face first into the dirt. Pathetic. I thought Konoha was strongest of the great Satos. But if this is the type of kunoichi we are sending on missions outside of village, then I am not sure how long we can maintain that position. Kakashi and Kurenai couldn't agree more. It was clear that Sakura and most of her generation's kunoichis were just fangirls and will only die when they encounter a real shinobi for first time. Tenten, sorry if you got upset, but I wasn't referring to you or Hinata and Ino. Those two examined their opponent first, then decided their course of action, which was a smart move on their part, said Naruto with a smile. The mentioned girls couldn't help but blush a deep crimson. Now Naruto, don't forget us, said Kakashi as he tried to strike on Naruto with a fist, which was followed by a kick that could have connected if Naruto wouldn't caught it. Naruto smiled and said, don't underestimate me, sensei. Kakashi was confused until he felt a presence behind and could not respond in time as he turned his head. A roundhouse connected with his temple, effectively bring him down to his knees. You sure have become a one-man army in Naruto? Kakashi said, chuckling. Well, you know me, sensei. I am the only one here who can make 1,000 clones at a time, so my training trip of 3 years gave me result of almost 3,000 years. So you can say that. Good for you, Naruto, good for you. So are you getting up or not, sensei? Honestly, I don't enjoy beating the shit out of my dear ones such as you. I am honored, really. Okay, I am going to take a knee here and get my stamina back for jutsu and digitsu portion. Right, see you in a minute. And true to his words, Naruto was back in front of Kakashi. Not a scratch on him, thought Kakashi. He tilted his head to see everyone excluding Sasuke defeated. Now I am going to take care of that duck, but answered Naruto to the unasked question. Kakashi only nodded. Naruto turned to face a smirking Sasuke who was clearly thinking that he was stronger than everyone and thus Naruto couldn't defeat him, but oh how wrong he was. Sasuke ran full force towards Naruto, but all he succeeded to do was kick air. What the dash? Lion combo. Hailed storm, said Naruto, appearing behind him and kicking him right under the back of Sasuke's right knee. He quickly delivered a spinning kick to his right bicep as well, resulting in Sasuke losing feeling in both the leg and hand altogether. Sasuke cursed and looked at Naruto in anger only to receive a roundhouse kick to his temple which sent him flying in the nearby wall of the stadium. Everyone was shocked that Naruto had so much power in a single kick, but then Sasuke came out with a swollen left temple. He charged at Naruto and started to try and kick or punch him, but Naruto just back-flipped out of his way. When Sasuke started to look tired, Naruto decided to end the fight by bringing his left leg up to his head and called out, "Lightning strike," and kicked the ground below him with his heel. The ground cracked and in blink of an eye Sasuke was head first buried inside the ground as he had lost his balance due to the shockwave and fell forward face first inside the crack made by Naruto. Now Naruto just turned on his heel to look at Tsunade, his turning motion forcing away the dust around him. "Hokage-sama, may I start the next round?" he asked. After looking at all the other ninjas present in the arena, Tsunade nodded her head to signal a go-ahead to Naruto. Turning to look at all the others present in the arena, Naruto smiled and said, "Round 2, Genjutsu." Now most of the kunoichis came forward as well as all A and BU and both Sharingan holders. "Everyone, we will attack at the same time, got it?" said Kurenai, already taking charge for her speciality. Hi came a united reply. Now, said Kurenai after watching that Naruto was just standing there, and at least 12 genjutsus were fired at Naruto back-to-back, affecting his sense of smell, sight, hearing, touch and feel. As soon as the genjutsus were in effect, the ANBU shot forward to surround Naruto, ready to take him down at a moment's notice. Naruto was just standing there as if he was not affected by genjutsus. Suddenly Sasuke shot forward and attacked Naruto. Before ANBU could detect movement behind their back, Sasuke had pierced Naruto's heart with a kunai. Blood erupted from the wound and Naruto's head fell forward on his breastbone. So much for the talk, Dobe. At least you were killed by an Uchiha. You should be honored. But you can be ashamed as well that I didn't even use my Sharingan once in the fight, and you are dead before getting the honor of seeing my Sharingan in action, said a smirking Sasuke. Everyone was pale at what they saw. Sasuke was in the same position as Kakashi was when he killed Rin. Suddenly chuckling was heard and then a full-blown laughter. Ha ha ha, good one team. Good one, ha 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 ha, said Naruto as his head went back at full height. Did you really thought that you could kill someone who defeated Itachi's Manjikyu? Give me a break. Now Sasuke was visibly shocked as well as pissed. Suddenly the Naruto in front of Sasuke disappeared. Genjutsu? Said Kurenai. Right as always, Kurenai-sensei. Said many Naruto started appearing on the walls of the stadium. Then each clone said one by one, I activated my genjutsu on the very moment when you ordered the others to attack together. The Naruto Sasuke killed was a genjutsu. All the Narutos started to go through hand seals at a lightning fast speed and announced, Samasara illusion, darkness of the underworld. Suddenly everything went black for the arena shinobi and kunoichis. They couldn't see, hear, smell, touch or feel anything at all. Most frightening of all was that they could not even feel their own chakra inside their bodies. When the genjutsu was cancelled, each one of them found a cold kunai to their neck by Naruto and his clones, who were genjutsu as well but still felt real. They surrendered. Well, in Sasuke's case he was forced to surrender. Next is round 3, Fuinjutsu. How are we supposed to use Fuinjutsu in battle? Asked Kiba. Easy, you can use explosive tags in this battle, or use the chakra-absorbing seals as well as jutsu sealing scrolls in this fight to progress. What are jutsu storage scrolls? Asked Choji. They are specially made storage scrolls to store incoming jutsu, and use it against your opponent later on. You don't know about them because they are only available for jonins of Konoha military. Answered Niji. Correct, as knowledgeable as expected from you, Niji. Complimented Naruto. Enough said, shall we start now? Asked Asuma. Well, those of us who can't fight using seals and scrolls are to act as backup and give cover fire to the ones in the front, alright? Said Kakashi. Hi, Kurenai. Hinata and Shino went back from Team 8 leaving Kiba as the main fighter from the team. Team 10 also went to sidelines as backup leaving Asuma. In Team 9 Niji, Lee and Guy left Tenten to deal the damage from front and took the right side of the stadium as their post. From Team 7 Sakura fell back and Sasuke and Kakashi stood their ground in front of Naruto. Ienbyu also stayed in the front line as they were used to fight using explosive tags. Naruto said, alright, ready, Hajime. All the ninjas in the stadium sprang in action at this started to shoot kunais with explosive tags attached to them at Naruto. Speaking of Naruto, he was busy deflecting all the kunais thrown at him using a Hiraishin kunai in right hand and a golden shuriken in left hand which he used to change the trajectory of the incoming projectiles. He was dodging a lot of kunais and couldn't use any attack of his own yet. Then suddenly Kakashi appeared in front of him holding a string of explosive notes, and started to wrap them around Naruto at lightning speed. In a second Naruto was wrapped completely in explosive tags, only his hands and legs were visible. Even his head was wrapped in explosive tags. Appearing in front of him, Kakashi said, "Sorry for going overboard with the tags, but you can never be too sure," and Naruto, and he disappeared. "You really went overboard with the tags, Kakashi. Even Naruto can get injured from that much of explosive tags going off in his face all at once," said Asuma. "Yeah, well, that's what this fight is for, to test him, right? Let's see how he gets out of there," said Kakashi, and made Ram seal with his right hand to flare his chakra so that the explosives will get activated. Imagine his surprise when the explosives didn't go off. Instead, Naruto just shrugged them up from his shoulders using a kunai. "What, how did you?" said Kakashi. Just as Naruto was about to answer, Sasuke appeared in front of him ready to place an explosive tag on Naruto's forehead. Naruto reacted fast and took the explosives tags which were still usable from Kakashi's string of tags and did exactly what Kakashi did to him. He wrapped them around Sasuke's abdomen and appeared in front of Sasuke and placed the tag in Sasuke's hand on his forehead, and handed him the last tag in the string and said, "Do me a favor and hold this for me, will ya?" and jumped away from him and made a ram seal in the air and, boom, there goes the duck but flying in the stadium wall with a complete black face. Sasuke collided with the wall head-on and was out cold before he could even scream from the pain. Well, not that it matters, because a pink-haired howler monkey screamed like a banshee she is, much to the headache of many people in the stadium. "Well, you were asking what happened there when you tried to roast me alive, sensei," said Naruto, at which Kakashi just looked embarrassed. "The thing is, when you were wrapping me in that troublesome string of yours, I stared using the fingers of my left hand to push my chakra in the tags, removing yours from the commanding matrix of the tags so that they will only go off when I made them, not you," stated Naruto. Everyone in the stadium looked shocked. "But how? I never saw you move," said a surprised Kakashi. "Which does not mean I didn't," said Naruto easily. Now that was something. Kakashi was one of the fastest ninja Konoha had, and if he could not follow the movements of Naruto, then it meant Naruto was a lot faster than him. "Well, what is ninja rule number 9? said Naruto. "A ninja should never drop their guard," said Shikamaru. "Right, and what is rule number 13? Again asked Naruto. "A ninja should always be aware of his or her surroundings," answered Neji. "Good, because all of you overlooked those rules," said Naruto. Now everyone was confused. "Seeing as this round is almost over, let me explain why you lost," said Naruto. "You all thought that I was dodging or deflecting all the kunais because I couldn't attack any one of you at that time, right?" At this he got several nods. "Well, I was making inkless seals on the ground with the movements of my legs and hands. I can make inkless seals using my hand movements alone. All the time when you all were attacking me, I was constantly sending my chakra in the ground via my legs and directing it in the form of the seals. Right now, all of you are standing on those seals of mine. They will drain all of your chakra at one motion of my hand. Wanna see?" "Well, seeing as Sakura is of no use in further rounds, let her be the test subject," said Naruto. Before Sakura could protest, he made a writing motion with his hand, and suddenly Sakura was on her knees gasping for air. "There, I drained almost all of her chakra with just one motion of my hand, and do you know where it is now?" asked Naruto. "You right. I mean, those seals of yours were designed to give the user all the chakra absorbed," theorized Shikamaru. "It is in the roots of trees present in Konoha's forests, strengthening our village's natural shield," said Naruto. "Unbelievable. To think that he could make seals of that level when he was deflecting so many kunais with explosive tags," said Neji. "Well, now to add the extra surety," said Naruto as he made a series of hand seals and the walls of the arena started to glow. "What is that?" questioned Guy and an Anbu at the same time. Their question was answered when the glow died down to reveal a matrix of seals on whole wall. Suddenly Kakashi started to chuckle. "What is that, my eternal rival? Why are you laughing?" asked Guy. "I am laughing at the irony of the situation, Guy, as I recognize those seals," replied the copy ninja. "What are the functions of those seals, Kakashi?" asked Kurenai. "Yes, who do they work?" Asuma added his 2 cents in the series of questions to the Sharingan user. "Yes, senpai, maybe we will able to counter them or get out of their effects," said the ANBU captain. "You all don't know them, right?" asked Kakashi. All the new generation was listening to the discussion of the Jonins and ANBU. When Kakashi got negative response, he decided to end their misery. "I recognize those seals because in the Third Shinobi World War, just before when Konoha's Yellow Flash, Minato-sensei, destroyed Iwa's shinobi battalions using Hiroshin, he used those exact seals on the battlefield to increase the number of shinobi in his reach, as those seals will not allow anyone to leave the area. No amount of explosives or ninjutsu, no matter what elemental, can destroy them. They are the perfect trap. There is no one that I know who has escaped these seals. We are pretty much done for. I have to say, like father like son, you couldn't mean that we cannot escape them, Kakashi, my eternal rival." "My flames of youth burn brightly, and they are brighter than yours," shouted Guy. "Huh, did you say something?" said Kakashi with half-open eye. "Oh, Kakashi, you and your hip attitude. Alright, that's enough. I can destroy these stupid seals of dope easily. After all, I am an Uchiha, the last member of the most powerful clan to ever grace this world with its presence," said you know who. Apparently during this whole ordeal, the emo king had come to his senses. "Stop this nonsense, Sasuke, you are nowhere near the level of Naruto. so stop trying to look good when in reality you are only making a fool of yourself," said Kurenai. "Shut up, bitch," said an angry Sasuke with his Sharingan activated for intimidation. Not that it worked on the Jonin, thus after 2 seconds, he deactivated his eyes. This made all the Jonins present to stop themselves from killing the boy with their own hands. "Behave yourself, insect, you should know your place. She is more powerful than you can handle after all. Unlike you, she is not all talk. She can back up her position in the village," said Naruto, a snarl present on his face. "Just you wait. Once I defeat you, I will not only take your position as the new ANBU head but also all the wealth and weapons of your both clans will be mine," said Sasuke smugly. "You are welcome to try. But remember that your clan is dead, so if you fail to do what you dream of, then there is no one you can run to, crying on your failure. Maybe that banshee over there, but who is counting her? She is negligible in this situation's equation." "I see the dope's math has become better," replied Sasuke. "I see too. Team can only bark, not bite. You sure Itachi wasn't bitten by you when he went insane and killed that pompous-ass clan of yours? I will show you who can bite," said Sasuke, and jumped towards the nearest wall to deliver a shitload of explosives, but the seals weren't only for cantonment. A massive push of wind chakra was emitted from the seals which blew Sasuke away and, boom! For the second time in the span of 20 minutes, Sasuke was subjected to explosions in his face, again knocking him out successfully. Everyone's sweat dropped at the obvious show of lack of emotion control from Sasuke. Cough cough, Sasuke. "Now I Tsunade send you," announce end of this round, said Tsunade on the podium from the Kage box. "Okay then, next round will start in 5 minutes. Everyone, get your injuries treated as the next round is going to need you in your top shape," said Naruto. Medics rushed in the arena to get the shinobi in as better condition as possible in 5 minutes. Happy face carrot. After 5 minutes, happy face carrot. All the shinobi were treated and the medics were back to their post. Even with their injuries treated and their chakra replenished, thanks to chakra replenishing pills, no one looked much willing to fight. Naruto appeared in a puff of smoke in the middle of the arena. "Alright, now that everyone is up and running, let us start the next round. Next is round 4 Kenjutsu. Ha, now something I like," said Tenten. "Don't worry, sweetheart, you will like the upcoming rounds as well," said Naruto and winked. Tenten suddenly found ground beneath her feet more interesting as she was blushing up a storm. "Let us start. Everyone take out your weapons," said Asuma. Every ANBU took out their ninjatos. Kakashi summoned his tanto that he used to fight with in his earlier days as an ANBU. Tenten took out a boo staff and took a stance which showed years of practice. Asuma was quick to put on his knuckle knives. Everyone else took out kunais or knives. They waited for Naruto to bring out his weapon, who made a hand seal, and in a puff of smoke there was a gunbai strapped to his back and 2 swords in both his hands. The one in his left hand was pitch black and looked like to be coated in oil with a triangular guard and a silver chain of about 20 centimeters hanging from the bottom of the handle. The one in his right hand was blood red in color with a silver line on the sharp side. It had a pentagonal guard and a pure black chain was connected to the bottom of the handle going inside the sleeve of Naruto's right arm up to his bicep and curling there. Like Tensa Zangetsu of Ichigo after downnight training in Bleach. What was more interesting about the black sword was that its edge was a little like comb, having teeth going from top to bottom to help in cutting out flesh. Similarly, the red one had small holes in the middle of it to help in striking with minimum air resistance, and these holes also allowed the blood to flow out of the wound even when the blade was still in it. All in all, these two blades were screaming for the shinobis to keep their distance from the one holding them. "Shit, those are the famous swords of gods. I thought they were just a myth," said a now sweating Asuma. "Care to explain their properties a little?" asked Kakashi. Holding his trusted tanto after so many years made him turn back into his ANBU mode. Thought Kurenai, Dai and Asuma simultaneously. "I don't know, none survived a battle with them to disclose that secret. Last I checked they were supposed to be protected, a country of monks in the west," answered Asuma. "Correct, they were in that country indeed until I razed that country to the ground," said Naruto. Everyone was shocked at this, even Tsunade. "What did you do?" asked Tsunade. "Let me explain. After having such strong weapons in their possession for so long made them greedy, they started to try and use them for forcing the countries around them to submit to them. They were using them when none of them knew how to use them correctly, and due to this an accident occurred. The one using them lost control and leveled a whole village of people. I was in that country at that time and came to know about this. As per my nature, I couldn't just sit hand on hand, so I went there to negotiate with them for the well-being of other neighboring countries, but they were so engrossed in the power of these swords that they tried to attack me with them. I destroyed the one using them and showed that very country what it felt like to be attacked by these swords. Last I checked that country was being used as a country of graveyards by neighboring ones," said Naruto. Now everyone went calm. Tsunade knew that Naruto was telling truth, as she had heard about a village disappearing in the night from the face of the earth, and then after a week a whole country did the same. She never acted on the news because she thought that these were either rumors being spread by people trying to increase tourism to that part of the world, or even if they were true, the incidents took place very far from elemental nations for her to worry. Now she knew what happened, but still she will have a talk with Naruto regarding the topic. "Whatever, me and you are going to have a long talk about that later. As for now, I believe you are not going to kill any of my ninjas with those swords, right?" she ordered, as well as asked. "Of course not, Hokage-sama," said Naruto, clearly upset that his mother figure would doubt him and his judgment. Hearing Naruto address her as Hokage-sama instead of Ba-chan delivered the message of Naruto's down emotions to Tsunade, who couldn't think of what to say at the moment, so she just ordered the continuation and sat down. This black one here is called Angel of Chaos. It said that the Shinigami-sama made it from the spine of his own human body, said Naruto, now holding the mentioned sword in front of him for everyone to see. This one here is called Fury of Hell, crafted in Hell's flames by Yami-sama herself using her tears as the power, said Naruto, and showed the red sword in his right hand. Then he stabbed both swords in ground and took out the gunbai in his hand from his back. Holding it in front of him, he said, and this masterpiece of craftsmanship is called God's Thunderstorm, made from the same metal as Kami-sama's throne by herself using her purity as the power source. As for their abilities, I don't think it would be a good idea to disclose such secrets of my weapons in public where there are enemies of mine and my village waiting to get valuable info on me. Everyone nearly forgot that they were in the middle of a battle. Weapons forged by gods themselves were present in front of their eyes, thus they couldn't help but marvel at their beauty, especially Tenten. Enough chit-chat, I think we were about to see the round 4 of Kenjutsu, right? So get on with it already, screamed Tsunade. Right, alright Ba-chan, what's with the rush? Said the gladiator of the arena. Let's start this round, shall we, said a grinning Naruto, and cut. Chapter 6 Stories of the Past. This chapter is denoted to my best pals and readers, Mike 202303 Animaman. Flashback. Naruto was just getting his head straight after his encounter with the supposed Sage of Six Paths. The red chakra of 9 tails was back where it belonged, the seal. His vision was still blurred, but he could easily distinguish a worried Jiraiya's face from the other things in the background. Jiraiya was leaning over Naruto's down form with a face which was now officially a worried, sick Jiraiya expression. What the hell happened, Naruto? Answer me, damn it, said the tense sensei. One moment he was perfect and the next, he was on the ground with his head in his hands. Ero Sanin, too much noise, will you shut up for a sec, came the reply of the protege. After helping Naruto wash his face with water from a nearby lake, Jiraiya helped him to stand. After both of them were settled under the shade of a large tree, away from any civilian as well as shinobi eyes and ears, Jiraiya finally asked, okay, now tell me what happened there. You scared the shit out of me. I thought the seal was coming off or Kyuubi was again trying to take over. Naruto didn't reply right away. His hair was shadowing over his upper face, successfully hiding his eyes from Jiraiya. You knew, right? You knew all along, whispered Naruto with his eyes still on the ground. What are you babbling about, Gaki? You knew all along, I can't believe it, after all this time. Now you are really scaring me for your mental health there. Just get to the point, will ya? You knew my parents, didn't you? Asked Naruto. Now Jiraiya's eyes grew wide with shock. How did he came to know this? Who could tell him such a secret? I don't know what you are saying, brat. Just rest, and we will get on the road to the next town. Don't you lie to me, damn it. Why don't you just tell me about my parents? After all, you can't be serious that you, a freaking Sannin, is not aware of whose child was made the Jinchuriki of your village, said a very upset Naruto, as he was getting angry more and more by every second. Jiraiya was about to deny again, but when Naruto lifted his head, he was able to clearly see a set of blood-red eyes filled with tears. Shit, either he is very upset or very angry to unconsciously draw on the Kyuubi's chakra. This is the kid I was made the godfather of. This is the son of my precious student Minato. This is the kid who will grow into a great man and prove himself to be the child of prophecy. I can't lie to him. Not about his parents, not anymore. Alright, Gaki, I will tell you about your parents. But first you must know that I am your godfather. Naruto was now beyond happy. At long last someone he could call family. But Naruto promised me that you will not use your real name before the completion of your 3-year training trip. I promise, Godfather. I will only take up my family name after I am capable of backing it up. Good to hear. Now first your mother. Naruto listened intently. Princess of Yuzushiogakure no Sato, truly a force to be reckoned with, master of swords and deadly in taijutsu and kenjutsu. Beauty such as Kami-sama herself will feel jealous, strength of a tailed beast, chakra so special that not even Kyuubi's Yukai could handle it, crimson hair of a goddess, purple eyes of a miracle. Bestowed by the name of Heaven's Angel from the ones behind and Crimson Death from the ones in front, whom Konoha was proud of and whom Kumo, Kiri and Iwa feared. The name of that woman no goddess among people was Uzumaki Kushina, said Jiraiya proudly. Naruto couldn't help but smile at everything Jiraiya said about his mother. She was the tomboy of her class and was always spotted at the same Ichiraku ramen stand just like you. She came to Konoha when she was 8. She was the only daughter of the emperor, or you may say Kage, or clan head of the Uzumaki clan of Uzushio. I must tell you, she was the second Jinchuriki of the Kyuubi before you and after Shodai's wife. Mito-sama being the first. Whenever she became angry her hair will rise and sway in the form of 9 tails behind her back. Come to think of it, I never asked whether it was he doing or an instinct thing. Anyways, back to the topic. What a woman. She once caught me peeping on the women of Konoha at the hot springs. Man, what a beatbone it was. I still feel sore in my back where she sat after beating me within an inch of my life. Anyways, I would like to tell you this. She was the happiest woman alive when she found out about you growing inside of her. She was the only woman who looked pretty even during pregnancy. The mood swings were disastrous though. Naruto was now shedding tears of happiness. Now he could say he knew a little about his mother, the woman who gave him his life. Okay, Ero Sanin, now on with my father, said Naruto cheerfully. Seeing the smile on his student's face made Jiraiya smile as well. Okay, strongest shinobi to ever grace this world, pool of kindness, a true genius, prodigy of Konoha, smile that could melt even the heart of an angry Tsunade, a loving pure soul, sun-kissed golden locks, piercing deep ocean blue eyes, built of an outstanding shinobi, the man who single-handedly ended the Third Shinobi World War, massacred a whole village's shinobi force in a span of seconds, second summoner of the prestigious clan of Toads after me and before you, hailed as the hero by whole Konoha and feared as well as respected by all other nations, the god among man, holder of the name Konoha's Yellow Flash, inventor of devastating jutsus only second to the Nandame Hokage, the man to hold the world's most power title as well as the commander-in-chief of the most powerful military shinobi force, the shinobi to defeat the mighty Kyuubi no Kitun, my own student, the Yandame Hokage of Konohagakure no Sato, Namikaze Minato. Now Naruto was definitely proud of his father. Who won't be after hearing all this? Heck, the author of this story is proud of the Yandame, and wishes to be his son instead. Figured as much, said Naruto. What, how did you figure it out on your own? Asked a confused Jiraiya. Well duh, look at me and look at dad, we are bound to be closely related somehow, said Naruto in a joking tone. Oh okay, now tell me what happened back there, and how did you suddenly knew that I knew about your parents' identity, said Jiraiya. Well you see, and so Naruto told Jiraiya everything that happened in his mind. After explanation, so get me this straight, you are telling me that you met Sage of Six Paths and are going to train with him and Kyuubi from now on. Then what am I supposed to do? Try and find the Forest of Creation, said asked Jiraiya. You can keep Akatsuki and Konoha off my back and give me some notes of my father on Hirishin along with some of those special kunais, said answered Naruto. Oh yeah, I have some of Minato's notes, but they are from when he was just trying to recreate the legendary jutsu. I am not sure they will be much of help. Either way you can have them and don't worry about Tsunade and Akatsuki. I will cover your back, said Jiraiya. That's good to hear, Ero Sannin. Shut up, brat. I thought at the very least you will stop calling me that after your encounter with someone as the Sannin. Whatever you say. Anyways, any idea where you will train, because if you stayed Akatsuki may find you and if you traveled Konoha may find you. What about that Forest of Creation that you mentioned earlier? That forest, it is a mythical forest Gaki. It is said that the sage used to meditate there, and that's where he died. It is said that whoever entered that forest will either end up as powerful as the sage or as good as a dead pigeon. Many tried to find that forest but no one succeeded, or even if someone did, they weren't left alive to tell any stories of that place. I highly recommend that you drop that idea from your head. I know where that forest is, Ero Sannin. I know that that place is cursed. Hagoromo, or the sage, had a brother. That brother cursed that forest and no one will ever find that forest, or even if someone did find that forest, without the sage's chakra to protect them in the forest, they will die. I have that chakra in me, so I will be training there. Just send messages via Toads and meet me in this town after 2 years on this very day. You sure you will be able to handle yourself out there alone? Of course, pervy sage. Who do you think I am? I am Uzumaki Namikaze Naruto. I can take care of myself, said Naruto, pounding his fist on his chest. Time skip. 3 days later, outskirts of the land of grains, distance from elemental nations 3,700 kilometers. Damn, I wish Ero Sannin was here to buy me that ice stick. It's burning up here, said Naruto as he was currently climbing a tall mountain of grain country's border. After traveling for 3 straight days with minimal rest and food, Naruto was now running empty in case of stomach and full in case of bladder. He was climbing this mountain for the last 5 hours or so, and was nearly on the peak. There were no settlements in the nearby vicinity of the mountain, and Naruto was desperate for water because he ended up losing his canteen in a rather unlucky incident which involved a big swamp, a squirrel and a poor soul of good heart. On reaching the top of the mountain, Naruto turned around to get the view from the high ground to get a better understanding of the surroundings of what was going to be his home for the next exhausting years of extreme training in all shinobi arts. As he turned around, he nearly fell back in the depth of the valley of the mountain. He quickly jumped back to a safe distance away from the edge of the mountain to preserve his precious life. Lifting his head up, what he saw amazed him to no end. There in front of him was the greatest view of the world he had ever seen in his whole life until now. He was almost in the clouds and birds were flying from one mountainside to another in groups of hundreds, doing unimaginable teamwork to make the group look like one single being. He could see both the rivers that were originating from the very same mountain he was standing on. Even saw some of easier ways he could have used to get up here and memorize them for later use. As he turned back to face the mountain's peak, he thought, okay, so now what, old man, what am I supposed to do now? Try finding a big slab on the cliff of the mountain. Son, came the reply from inside his head. Well, I have spotted the slab, brat. It's on that cliff on your right. On your 2 o'clock, said Kyuubi from inside too. Yeah, I see it too. Thanks for balls, said Naruto, enjoying how Kyuubi started muttering about disrespectful brats and their cheesy grins. Naruto soon reached the ledge with the slab on it. On reaching it, Naruto found that it was a map of the shinobi world. The land was elevated and the oceans and seas were deeply engraved. Now try finding an error in it, son, said the sage. Naruto started to concentrate on finding a mistake in the map. After 5 minutes of searching, he finally spotted a small part of Land of Fire to be bigger than it should be. He quickly reached for it and touched it. As soon as his hand came in contact of the slab, the extra land went down to the level of the ocean and all around him a wall appeared from the ground. Now solve the last puzzle, Naruto, said the sage again. Alright, here we go, said Naruto to no one in particular, and started to analyze the slab. Now the oceans were elevated and land was pressed down. This one went easy as Naruto soon found that the wave country was raised to the ocean's level and quickly pressed it. As soon as he pressed the slab, the ground under him gave away and he found himself falling inside the mountain. Naruto was quite frightened at first because it is not every day that you fall inside a huge mountain. As he peeked under him during the fall, he spotted forest of lush green color with some brown trees here and there. Ow fuck, dump, crack, whoosh, splat, silence, silence, silence. Naruto now found himself inside a pit of leaves which was clearly made to cushion the fall in this forest. I almost forgot about this pit. I used to fall in it during the starting years of my training, but then I got the hang of levitation and it was forgotten. Silly me, said the sage. It's good that you forgot about this pit, or my back would be killing me right now. Came the reply from Naruto, effectively striking a conversation. Anyways, be cautious, Naruto, this forest is inhabited by all types of mystical beings. From dragons and dwarfs to elves and elite summons. They will easily attack you if provoked. Try to walk against the direction of wind. It will prevent the creatures from smelling you. What the hell, old man? You never mentioned that I will have to face dragons in this forest. And what is this? It's a forest inside a mountain. How can there be wind inside here? It is possible, Naruto. There is a temple in this forest which is housed by the dragons. These dragons continuously blow wind by flapping their large wings and breath out fire to maintain this place's temperature. Didn't you notice that this forest is quite warm even after being situated inside a tall mountain with almost no light? Yeah, okay, come to think of it, how is there light in here? If you can see on careful and close examination of the wall of this forest, they are made up of such material which only allows light to come inside and not to leave. That's how once the light enters here, it is trapped here for eternity. Oh shit, a fucking black hole? Calm down, idiot. Just give those horses of your thoughts some rest, and get a move on, said an annoyed Kyuubi. Shut up, furball, or should I say Kurama. Don't you dare call me by my name, brat. Shut up and just go to sleep, fox. Naruto started to move inside the dense forest. He was using the advice of the sage and moving against the direction of wind. As he was walking, he came to a spot where a light stream of water was emerging from under a big rock. Water, at last we are again united in this cruel world filled with pain and suffering to quench each other's thirst, said Naruto with his hands apart. Great. Now he is acting like that green spandex-wearing idiot of Konoha. Why am I doomed to be sealed only inside the Uzumakis with ramen in place of their brains? Why God, why? Whined a crying Kyuubi in front of the sage who was now sporting a sweat drop. You do know that I can hear you, right? Thought a narrow-eyed Naruto, effectively shutting up the Kyuubi in its rant. After Naruto drank the water and stored some inside a scroll, he decided to make a cave beside the stream, but the sage suggested that he make a house from his newly acquired Mokutan. When Naruto pointed out that he didn't know how to use Mokutan yet, the sage landed him a hand. Alright, old man, here I go, ninja arts, Mokutan and no jutsu. As the sage directed Naruto's Mokutan chakra for the jutsu, a house started to emerge from the ground. It was a 2-story house and could house a small family of 4. It had big windows with wooden bars to stop anyone from entering via windows and a perfect front yard with boundary walls of wood with spikes on outer surface. As Naruto was entering inside the house, he was impressed as the house looked more like a clan compound. When he reached the front gate, he saw a set of 6 wooden megantas engraved on it. That's to notify the creatures of this forest that this house belongs to me, Naruto, said the sage inside Naruto's head. Naruto just smirked and entered the house. After he was settled inside comfortably, he thought, now what, old man, what are the plans regarding my training under you? Oh yes, your training. I almost forgot, this old age must be getting to me in this form as well. Anyways, I was thinking that you have yet to activate your new eyes, right, Naruto? Yes? Try activating them, they will just sting a bit at first, then everything should go back to normal. Okay, let's see, just channel my chakra to my eyes. As Naruto channeled his chakra towards his eyes, they changed from his deep ocean blue ones to a Sharingan with 1 tomo, then the second one appeared soon, followed by the third one. Then the veins around his eyes bulged and his eyes went wide with the pupil becoming white surrounded by black tomos of Sharingan. Then his tomos got connected by lines and soon his eye resembled Rinnegan. But the transformation didn't stop there. The lines in his eyes started gaining more tomos until there were 9 of them. Now his eyes were metallic purple in color with a hint of silver in the middle and red at the corners. As the transformation finished, Naruto let out an earth-shattering scream of agony and started to thrash around with his head in hands. His eyes squeezed shut. What the hell, old man, you said it will just sting a little? It seems like my whole brain is on fire, is being electrocuted. I think it is because I had Jubi inside me when I gained the eternal level. I defeated Jubi while I still had only Rinnegan. You on the other hand only have Kyuubi inside you, which still is a good thing, as if you had the 7 tails or lesser one in you. I am sorry to say that you would have died right away, said the sage grimly. I don't care about what would have happened, just help me with this pain. Naruto was now colliding with the wooden walls of his new house while holding his head and eyes with his hands. I can knock you out if you want, said Kyuubi from inside his mind. If it will save me from this pain, then please do, came the reply. Here you go. You owe me 1 kit, and with that Kyuubi leaked some of its chakra in Naruto's own chakra network and blocked the flow of chakra from his brain for a split of second, successfully knocking him out. In the real world, suddenly Naruto's eyes rolled back in his skull and he crumbled in a heap on the floor. Next day, when Naruto woke up, he went outside to collect some fruits for breakfast. The sage told him that once he will get a hang of his new powers he will not need to eat as his body will start feeding on the natural chakra around him, but until then, he was left with finding his own food in the forest. At first Naruto freaked out while thinking that he will no longer be able to eat his favorite ramen, but the sage told him that he will be easily able to eat all he want, even though he will not need it. So after the breakfast of some ripe fruits, Naruto's training began. He was forced to do muscle exercises whole day for about 6 months, which included him digging a huge crater for his taijutsu training. Then the sage will have him fill it with mud and water. When it will become a swamp-like pit, he will force Naruto to jump in its center and perform all the katas and kicks of the taijutsu styles he was learning while trying not to drown inside the swamp at the same time. Endurance. He was also sent at the dragon's temple on many occasions by the sage, where the dragons will start to chase him all around the forest, and Naruto will run for his life. Speed. Naruto will try to steal some of the meat from the wolf clan, which will result in him getting more close to the meat every time he tried, but will still result in the clan biting on his ass. Stealth. He was forced to carry a stack of fishes from one end of the forest to the other, hiding from all other creatures and searching and planning for more effective ways to get past enemy clan territories. Intelligence. Naruto had to make bridges wherever he encountered a trench or river. The twist was that he was only allowed to use kicks and punches to break the tree trunks. Power. Soon Naruto was making walls of rocks that he crushed using his knuckles and hunting for prey instead of surviving on fruits and vegetation. The next 6 months were used to train his ninjutsu. He woke and then practiced jutsus of all types. He practiced Katon, Suiton, Reishin, Doton and Futon styles for 3 hours each, and then he moved on to Shoton, Huton, Mokuton and other styles and releases including his gravity manipulation. All this time Naruto was receiving info on Akatsuki from Jiraiya via Toads and was giving him updates of his training. After 1 year of his training was over, he was told that he will be starting in his sage training as well as his Dijutsu training. On training in his Dijutsu, Naruto easily activated Byakugan, Sharingan and Rinnegan because he had already seen the first 2 in his life up until now, and wielded the third one. He was also able to activate 3 types of Mangekyo Sharingans, Kakashi's, because he saw him use it in one of his battles and later studied it when Kakashi was in hospital after his encounter with Itachi. Using Kakashi's eye technique, he also reached another dimension where he found out about Obito and his fake Madara alias. Second was Itachi's Mangekyo. He got this one by using Rinnegan's ability of information gathering from one's soul on Kakashi. He once heard that Tsunade Senju, the Godame Hokage, was injured by an ambush when she was traveling to Fire Capital, so he sent a clone to make sure Tsunade was fine, and that's when the opportunity presented itself when he found out that Kakashi was injured as well and was in Konoha's hospital, recovering. His clone copied the information about Itachi's Sharingan and a little about his father's use of Hiroshin from Kakashi's head when he knocked out Kakashi using Sexy no Jutsu. Well, the blame was later passed on to Konohamaru for using the Kenjutsu on a Jonin, but at least the job was done. Lastly, Naruto activated his own Mangekyo, which evolved in Eternal Mangekyo because of his Eternal Rinnegan. His Mangekyo will be described later, so send your suggestions please. After he was expert in the use of his Dijutsu, he started his sage training for 10 months as well his Hiroshin training. He became the first complete Toad sage. He never needed to stay still thanks to Sage's chakra in him, but balancing his Kyuubi's, Sage's and natural chakra was the real hard part. He nearly burned his chakra coils to crisp on more than one occasion. After a long wait, Naruto also completed Hiroshin training and started to train in making Hiroshin kunais using his creation of all things ability, the one Pain uses to make his rods. His training with truth-seeking orbs was also fruitful, and he easily controlled them as he was quite natural to them due to his pure heart and soul. When Naruto was done with all the training, he still had a week left before he was supposed to meet Jiraiya. He used that week to battle both the Sage and the Kyuubi inside his mindscape. First few fights were hard pressing on him, but he managed to defeat Kyuubi in one of the fight, and then the Sage lost his stamina in another. All in all, he was quite happy with his training, but it was still the experience he was lacking. That will be taken care of soon. He will show the world what this new Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze can do by crushing Akatsuki and all others who will stand in his way. Time skip. Jiraiya was waiting in the same clearing in which he left his pupil 2 years ago. He was always in contact with his godson, but he will be seeing him for the first time after 2 years in his training under the Sage. As he was thinking on what has happened in the outer world in these 2 years, he didn't notice when the air behind him started to distort and swirl inside a small portal, and Naruto appeared right behind him. "Hello, sensei," said Naruto, smiling. At this, Jiraiya turned around so fast that he nearly broke his neck. The ice stick that he bought for Naruto fell from his hand, but Naruto used gravity manipulation to stop it from hitting the ground. There in front of him was his godson, looking like a god for God's sake. Naruto was wearing black A&BU style pants with bandages from his shins to his ankles. There was a black t-shirt on his torso which stuck to his body, showing the result of his physical training. There were 6 magantas on the upper front part of the t-shirt in white color. Naruto wore an orange haori over his t-shirt with black flames at the bottom of it. The haori reached his lower shin and had a red string in front of his chest to close the front. He also had black fingerless gloves on his hands with bandages on his right arm completely covering it from view. There was a loose brown belt around his waist which had his pouches hanging from it. His outfit was completed by black shinobi sandals and Tsunade's gift, Shodai's necklace around his neck with his hatayate with long black cloth tied firmly around his forehead. Guess who's back, said a grinning Naruto. Naruto, my boy, is that you? Stuttered Jiraiya. Naruto's grin transformed into a full-blown smile as he pressed a thumb to his chest and replied, Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, one and only. And cut! Chapter 7, The 7 Rounds Part 2. Let's start with this round, said Naruto. Yet came the united reply of all the shinobi around him. As the fighting began, Sasuke dashed forward and rocketed towards Naruto with a kunai in both hands. Naruto saw this and blocked the strike with Hell's Fury and brought Chaos Angel on him. Sasuke tried to block the incoming strike with his kunai, but the sword cleaved right through it and continued on its path. Sensing the danger, he jumped back and thought, those swords are very powerful, I need them to kill him. I want those swords no matter what. Dope is just using them without any thought. Their true power will only be revealed in the hands of an elite Uchiha. Hey Dope, give me those swords and I will not use civil counsel to get them from you. If you deny, then be prepared to be embarrassed when I take them from your beaten form, said Sasuke smirking. Keep on dreaming, team, you are beneath me. It was someone like you whom I have to kill to get these swords. They are now a clan heirloom. No one but my clanmates will be able to use them with my consent. Only one part of Uchiha clan will be able to touch them, and that will be Uchiha blood, nothing else, said Naruto with a neutral expression. I will get them and then use them to completely obligate you and all those you love. Dope, said Sasuke without thinking. Even if all this shit talking was not enough for Naruto to beat the shit out of the last Uchiha, by using the last line, Sasuke crossed the one line that no enemy of Naruto should cross. He threatened his precious people. Naruto shot forward with his swords in hand, but there was something different this time. He was holding Chaos Angel in reverse grip in his left hand, whereas Hell's Fury was held straight in his right. Sasuke took out his kunai out in his left hand and his right hand was hovering on his wrist of his left one where a seal was located. When Naruto was moving towards Sasuke, Asuma appeared in his path with his trench knives in both hands and attacked Naruto. Kakashi used this distraction to attack his student from behind with his tanto fused with chakra. As the audience saw what the two jonins were up to, they moved forward and leaned in to get a better view of the interesting thing that was about to happen. As Naruto sensed the two attacks coming towards him, he quickly used Hell's Fury, moving in lightning speed, and brought the sword behind his back and blocked the chakra-infused tanto of Kakashi. As Asuma attacked from front with his trench knives, Naruto quickly used Chaos Angel in his left hand and stopped the attack of one of the knives and suddenly allowed Kakashi's tanto to push him forward. The sudden weight of Kakashi and Naruto forced Asuma to use the remaining trench knife in his right hand to block Chaos Angel, which was now dangerously near to his throat. All three of them held that position for a little while, trying to overpower each other. They were forced to separate as the ANBU decided to attack at that moment. Kakashi and Asuma jumped back so as to allow the ANBU team large space to attack their new commander. They sprang into action and started to attack Naruto from all four directions at the same time. Naruto was in the middle of this frenzy and was easily blocking all the strikes. Is this the level of skill the Konoha's ANBU has to offer? I have a long way to go in front of me to make ANBU what I like, thought Naruto. As the ANBU were attacking Naruto, all others in the sidelines stopped throwing kunai and shuriken to let ANBU handle the situation. Naruto was just letting the ANBU attack him and fail when suddenly he caught a glimpse of someone from between a gap in ANBU's formation. Sasuke. Naruto immediately remembered the target of his attack and decided that he had seen enough of the ANBU teams enough. In one swift motion, he sealed Hell's Fury and took out Thunderstorm. In one swing of the Godly Gunbai, he created a slash of white chakra which blew away all the ANBU to the walls of the stadium. The whole stadium was shell-shocked. A single ninja was defeating their elite shinobi in a fair battle without breaking a sweat. From the look of it, the other nins were trying their best to defeat him. Well, not the jonins, but they were giving it fair amount of determination too. Uzumaki Naruto no Namikaze Uzumaki Naruto was still looking bored. Kage box. In the back of the Kage box, there sat an unknown enemy of Naruto. This old man was not seeing Naruto growing in power. He was watching how much his weapon has grown under the tutelage of Jiraiya of the Sannin. This guy was known as Shimura Danzo, the old war hawk of Konoha and ex-teammate of Sandaime Hokage, Sarutobi Hiruzen. The Kyuubi has definitely given him its power, or it would be impossible for a lost cause like him to gain that kind of power, student of Jiraiya or not, were the thoughts of this bag of bones. Anyway, Tsunade has given him the command of ANBU of Konoha, so he is no longer eligible for recruitment en route. He is a Namikaze, that's for sure. Hiruzen was able to hide a secret like this for so long is both admirable and problematic. Tsunade was just sitting there neutrally without a hint of worry on her face. Not that her genjutsu will allow small lines on her forehead caused by tension to be shown. Naruto is definitely more powerful than Kakashi, and I think he will give me some serious trouble in a fight, but nothing I can't handle, thought Tsunade. Only if she knew how wrong she was. Naruto could give her more than just trouble. Back on the field, Naruto saw his window and again made a beeline towards Sasuke. When he was almost on Sasuke, some kunai and shuriken were thrown to block his path. Tenten landed in front of him, again blocking his path. She blushed and smiled a true smile when Naruto said, "Sweetheart, not now. As you can see, I am kinda in middle of going to beat the shit out of a certain red-eyed bastard." "Sorry Naruto-kun, but you know how I can't control myself when weapons like those are in the field," said Tenten, gesturing towards Naruto's weapons. "Will it help if I promise you will be able to see and touch them any time in the future?" said Naruto frankly. "Sadly no, but I would like that very much," Tenten said. "Well, at least I tried," shrugged Naruto. Naruto shot forward at Tenten with neck-breaking speed. Tenten's eyes widened as his speed seemed faster than before. She used her bow staff to keep Naruto at bay and maintain distance between them. She was using all her strength to just get the staff to defend herself. Naruto was clearly the dominant one, as he always knew what Tenten will do next and will attack her weaknesses, forcing her to give up on attacking and just defend herself from the slaughter of attacks coming her way. Just as Naruto was going to stop Tenten by holding her wrist, a kunai fused with lightning chakra came sailing at him. The kunai was dangerously close to his temple, but Naruto's eyes quickly caught the movement, and he tilted his head a little to his right to let the kunai pass safely. When he again turned his head, he saw that Sasuke was about to throw another kunai laced in lightning chakra. When he predicted its trajectory, his eyes widened. Tenten was in the path of the kunai. Sasuke was not thinking about the safety of a comrade. If Naruto didn't do anything soon, then Tenten will be hit by the kunai. Decision made, Naruto moved forward and raised his left leg high. His thigh was touching his forehead. As soon as Tenten moved her staff to attack, Naruto buried the bow staff in the ground by bringing his leg down on it with monstrous strength. Due to the sudden movement of her opponent, and sudden tug on her weapon, Tenten flew forward. Naruto quickly spun on his heel and caught Tenten in his embrace. Their faces were inches away from each other. Tenten was blushing up a storm as she felt a strong pair of arms encircle her waist, and a rock-solid chest pressed to her own. Naruto, on the other hand, was completely focused on the incoming kunai thrown by Sasuke. He quickly laced his own right hand in lightning chakra and inserted his index finger in the ring of the kunai in midair, and turned its direction in 180 degrees. The kunai sailed back at the other two kunai that were apparently Sasuke's backup plan. The kunai collided with one of the other two and stopped the attack, whereas Naruto used his chakra-covered hand to slap the last one away. Seeing the display made many shinobi to go in shock. Some of the kunoichis were in shock too, but for a different reason. Shinobi was shocked because the speed of a lightning kunai was very fast for normal ninjas, and slapping one away with bare hand was no normal feat. Kunoichis were shocked because Naruto was still keeping Tenten pressed to his chest with his left hand, and it didn't look like Tenten was trying to get free or, for the record, even wanted to. Start using that good-for-nothing brain of yours, Uchiha. Comrades are the most important weapon in a battle. No Jujutsu, Jujutsu or ninjutsu can replace them. A comrade is also the worst possible enemy. If a comrade turns on you in middle of a fight, then you are definitely done for. Guy, Lee and Niji were now glaring daggers at Sasuke. If looks could kill, then Sasuke would be 10 meters deep in the ground by now. Sasuke was about to make another one of his stupid elite Uchiha comment, but the killing intent leaking from Naruto made him think twice for once. Naruto now looked down at Tenten, whose eyes were closed dreamingly. Not that I am complaining, but we are in a stadium packed with the whole Konoha. This statement pulled her out of her dream world and she started to sputter Kiyaa. Ah, go Gomen Naruto-kun, I was just. Don't worry, I can understand. I usually get that kind of reaction from most of the girls. Tenten was so out of the moment that she never noticed her broken staff buried half-meter deep in the ground. Apparently Naruto's leg strike proved to be too much for the staff, and it was now broken from where his leg strike connected. Leaving Tenten where she was still dreaming, Naruto again ran towards Sasuke. This time no one tried or even dared to cross his path, as it was clear that Naruto was going to teach the Uchiha a lesson. When Naruto reached Sasuke, he used Chaos Angel and attacked the Uchiha furiously. Sasuke used a lightning-charged kunai to block the incoming strike, but as he was blocking Chaos Angel, the Hell's Fury appeared right on his left side. In desperate attempt to block the second sword, Sasuke was forced to reveal his trump card sooner than he intended. He applied his chakra at the seal situated at his wrist, and a sword appeared in his hand which he used to block Hell's Fury. Dope, you can't touch me as long as I have this sword. You are not the only one with legendary swords in this village. This is the legendary sword of Uchiha Madara. It was used against Hashirama a lot of times. This is an Uchiha heirloom. Dope. You cannot defeat me with this sword by my side. Both of them were forcing each other backwards, but it was clear that Sasuke was losing as his back was already on the wall of the stadium, and he was forced to place one of his knees on the ground to keep Naruto at bay. It is good that you know that that sword was used against Shodai Hokage, but what you don't know is that the sword used by Uchiha Madara was destroyed by Senju Hashirama in their final battle at the Valley of End, the very same valley where we fought 3 years ago. Sasuke was shocked by this statement but dismissed it as another lie told to the outsiders of the clan by the Uchiha. This sword of yours is a cheap imitation of that sword made by your father Uchiha Fugaku. Here, take a good look at your weapons team and you will see the power difference between us. Sasuke did as he was told and first observed his lightning kunai. The teeth of Chaos Angel were grinding the kunai, and it showed multiple cracks already. The kunai will not last for long, thought Sasuke. Then he turned to his left, and what he saw made his mind go numb. The Uchiha Madara's sword was melting due to the constant exposure to the heat generated by Hell's Fury. Right before his eyes the sword melted and its top end fell to the ground where it turned into a puddle of melted metal. Hell's Fury's obstacle gone, it rushed at Sasuke and buried itself deep in the stadium wall at the left side of Sasuke's head. Sasuke lost some of his signature duckbutt hair, and received a nick at his ear and a deep gash on his shoulder. Soon the kunai turned to pieces, courtesy of Chaos Angel's teeth. Same happened on Sasuke's right and he received another gash on his right shoulder. Naruto took his hands off of the handles of his both blades and said, "Stay here, team." Both the swords were buried deep in the stadium wall on both sides of Sasuke's head while going through his wounds on his shoulders. Sasuke wouldn't be coming back and fight for a while as he wouldn't be able to get himself free without someone's help, which his Uchiha pride will never allow. Naruto took out his thunderstorm and a Hiraishin kunai and jumped into the frenzy of other shinobi present. 5 minutes later, a giggling Ino could be heard throughout the stadium as she was sitting on her butt in the middle of the arena with a chuckling Naruto by her side. The reason, you ask? Apparently Naruto, in thrill of the fight, had smacked Sakura's forehead with his gunbai. Said forehead was now swollen and it doubled in its size, hence making the two blondes roll on the ground because of the funny scene of a crying Sakura holding her swollen forehead in the middle of the fight. All the other shinobi were already defeated and Naruto was enjoying his food time, the pretty blonde beside him. Naruto was still chuckling when he realized that Ino was leaning on his chest for support. He was not surprised that he was enjoying the closure. Naruto was finding himself looking at the beautiful blonde a lot lately. Saying that he didn't find Ino attractive would be like saying, Jiraiya never peeped on women. Naruto, get your ass over here, I have something to discuss with you, said Tsunade in her Hokage tone. On hearing the Hokage's order, Naruto quickly used Sunshin to appear inside the Kage box. Tsunade quickly pulled him to a corner along with Jiraiya. What are the remaining 3 rounds based on? Asked a worried Tsunade. 5th is based on ninjutsu. 6th on senjutsu and the 7th on senjutsu. Replied Naruto. Cancel the last 2 rounds. It will give out too much information about your abilities, which is not good idea even if you are in Konoha, said Tsunade worriedly. Also Naruto, don't reveal too much about your dijutsu. People like Danzo may not sit tight if they found out how much power those blue orbs of yours contain, said Jiraiya. Alright Bachan, Arrow Sanin, I will only reveal a little information about my dijutsu. If you don't mind, can I mix the ninjutsu and dijutsu round? Said and asked Naruto simultaneously. Do whatever you want but finish with all this humiliation of my top shinobi already, said an irritated Tsunade. As you wish Bachan, said Naruto and Sunshine back to the arena. Back in the arena, everyone was now already standing together for the next round when Naruto appeared in a burst of blue flames in the middle of the arena. Sorry guys, but the Hokage has changed some rules, said Naruto grinning. What would those be, Naruto? Asked Kakashi. One of the rounds has been cancelled due to village security issues and the remaining 2 rounds have been combined. Oh alright then, mind telling us about the last round? Asked an almost bored Shikamaru. Sure, are you all ready for the last round? Hi, final round, ninjutsu and dijutsu, Hajime. What was the thought of many present on the battlefield? Now those with dijutsu, please step forward, said Naruto. Kakashi, a smug Sasuke, Niji and Hinata stepped forward. Do you guys know how many dijutsus are there in this world? Asked Naruto. All the villagers leaned forward to hear what the last Namikaze was saying. 2 was the united reply. And what are those? Byakugan and Sharingan. Surely you all would know their order of power? Now Hinata and Kakashi remained silent because they knew that it was disrespectful to say one of them was inferior to the other. Sharingan is the ultimate dijutsu, said Sasuke smugly. No, it's Byakugan, came the reply of the Hyuga Prodage. All the questions I asked you were to check whether you knew about dijutsus. I am sorry to say none of the answers were correct, said Naruto, shocking everyone in the stadium. What do you mean? I know Sharingan is the most powerful dijutsu in existence, shouted Sasuke. Child, let me educate you, said Naruto and started to hover in the air. Everyone was wide-eyed at it. Some of the more experienced ones declared it a result of mastery on futon element. Naruto quickly sat in Indian style in the air and placed his eyes on everyone. The first question, how many dijutsus are there in this world? Answer is 7. What is he babbling? I think the dope lost his mind after all, said Sasuke. I can name all of them in the order of their power if you want, said Naruto. When Sasuke and many others gave him a go, he started. The Sharingan and Byakugan are almost equal in power. As Sasuke and all the Hyugas present were going to object, Naruto stopped them with a wave of his hand. But the Sharingan gives its user the chance to copy infinite jutsus and continuously increase the power of its wielder, unlike Byakugan, which only gives its user almost 360-degree view and the ability to see chakra and tenketsu. Number 7 is Byakugan and number 6 is Sharingan. Now everyone forgot to protest as they were all wondering that if these 2 dijutsus were least powerful, then which ones were the top 5. Number 5 is Manjiki Sharingan, awakened when an Uchiha faces high emotional turmoil and pain. Wielded by Uchiha Itachi, Uchiha Obito and Hatake Kakashi. Sasuke's eyes widened when he heard the correct way to awaken Manjikyu. He also heard that not just Itachi but Kakashi also had Manjikyu. Number 4 is Tenshinhan, level 2 of Byakugan. It requires a Hyuga to donate his or her eyes to attend a clan member. Power equal to a Biju is the main attraction about it. No one alive has it, but it was seen in the last century before the caged bird seal was adapted by the Hyugas. Now many Hyugas were proud as well as confused. Number 3 is Eternal Manjikyu Sharingan. It requires a close blood relative Uchiha to donate his or her Manjikyu eyes to another relative Manjikyu user. A long lifespan, almost as long as an Uzumaki's, is the main aspect of it. Last known wielder was Uchiha Madara. Sasuke was speechless. Maybe that's why Itachi left him alive, so that one day when he awakened his own Manjikyu, Itachi will be able to take his eyes and gain Eternal Manjikyu Sharingan. Second last, number 2 is Rinnegan, the supposed Dijutsu of the Sage of Six Paths, said to give the user power of a god. Last seen in an Orphan of Amigakure by Jiraiya of the Sannin. Everyone was shocked at this. For one, the mythical eyes of the Sage of Six Paths really existed. Second, Jiraiya of the Sannin found it in Amigakure. And thirdly, there was still one Dijutsu remaining which was supposed to be the most powerful of them all, even Rinnegan. What about the last one? Naruto-kun asked Ino. Naruto merely smiled at his fellow blonde and said, last, and the most powerful of them all. Number 1 is Eternal Real Dijutsu of the Sannin, which he used to make the 9 Biju, the Dijutsu known to bestow the wielder with godlike powers. Powers yet to be seen by mankind. Last known wielder weighs a rather Isami. Silence, 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 all hell broke loose. Chaos everywhere. No one moved from their spot but their brains were going high wire. What? WTF? What hell? Were the common statements around the audience. In the Kage box, Danzo's eyes were wide. The demon brat with that much power was too good to waste, yet at the same time he was too dangerous to keep inside the village. Only if he could get his hands on those eyes. Jiraiya face-palmed at all this. It was a good thing that he did, because Tsunade decided that instead of face-palming herself, she would feel much better by smacking Jiraiya across the face. Back in the arena, liar, there's no way you of all the people can wield such power. Dope/Baka, said Sasuke/Sakura together. Naruto lifted his head to show his eyes. Pure metallic purple eyes. This is the Eternal Rinnegan. If I was making up all that, then surely the Hyugas in the stadium could have easily spotted my lie with their Byakugan. Even if that was not the case, then you had your Sharingan active all the time. You can see that these eyes of mine are no genjutsu, said Naruto. Now this was something Sasuke will never refuse. So at the end of the day, Naruto was clearly declared victorious, and his new adventures were going to start from the next day. Next day, Namake's estate. When Naruto woke up, it was 6 in the morning. You would think it was early, but for Naruto, who was trained by a Biju and the Sannin, it was the time to wake up. After some light exercise and jog around the village outer boundaries, Naruto returned to his estate at 8:30. After shower and some ramen, Naruto was about to head out to ANBU headquarters when a knock was heard at his front door along with the doorbell ringing. When Naruto opened his door, he was greeted by an ANBU in bird mask. On seeing him, the ANBU quickly bowed to him and kneeled in front of him and said, Commander, Namake-sama, your presence is requested by the Godame at her office immediately. Now that he thought about it, when he was going out to jog, he had noticed that there were ANBU stationed at his estate gates. So maybe they were accepting him as their commander already. Alright, I will be coming with you in a second, said Naruto, as he went inside and came back wearing his shinobi sandals. He quickly turned and locked his gates, then said to the ANBU, shall we go? And so both the shinobi took off at neck-breaking speed. Hokage Tower, Godame's office. All the rookie 12 minus Naruto were standing in front of the Godame Hokage of Konoha. They were summoned by their Hokage for some important announcement. Suddenly Naruto and an ANBU appeared in the office. The ANBU bowed to Tsunade and said, Hokage-sama, Commander is here as you requested. Tsunade dismissed the ANBU and turned to face all the people inside her office. Everyone was looking at Naruto, surprised that the ANBU were already giving him so much respect, but after the power he showed the last day at the stadium, it was to be expected. Alright, all of you are Jonins except Sasuke and Sakura, started Tsunade. Sasuke was not allowed to participate in the Jonin exams for 5 years after his stunt of running away from the village. As for Sakura, she was plain useless and only made it to Chunin because her teammates at the second Chunin exams were Ino and Choji. They did all the work while she only whined how it was so unfair to stop Sasuke to join her team even in Chunin exams. Me and Jiraiya along with your Jonin senseis have decided to redistribute you guys in 3 cells of 4 members each to increase the success rate of missions assigned to you. When no one said anything, she continued, you guys will be known as Team Alpha, Beta and Gamma. Team Alpha will be led by Naruto and will consist of Ino, Neji and Tenten. Naruto is known to have no weaknesses, and with Neji's defense and Tenten's weapons along with Ino's mind techniques, this team will be deadly at this. The said team members nodded. Team Beta will be led by Shikamaru and will consist of Hinata, Lee and Shino. With Shikamaru's leadership skills, Hinata's defense and medic knowledge, Lee's tremendous power along with Shino's Kikaichu techniques, you will perform outstanding, second to only maybe Naruto's team. Lastly, Team Gamma will be led by a new member and will consist of Kiba, Choji, Sasuke and Sakura. With Choji's strength, Kiba's damage, Sasuke's genjutsu and Sakura's whatever she is special in, this team will surely grow in the future. Why do we have 5 members instead of 4, Hokage-sama? Asked Kiba. It's because your team contains 2 Chunins instead of all 4 Jonins. The lead I mentioned earlier is an ANBU, so it will be sufficient. Who is this leader you are mentioning, Hokage-sama? Asked Choji as he munched on another bag of chips. Suddenly there was a knock on the door of the office. It seems he is here, said Tsunade as she gave her permission of entry to the newest arrival. Meet him, his name is Sai. He will be the squad leader of Team Gamma. Sai just smiled a creepy smile which made Sakura wanting to hide behind Tsunade in fear. Kiba and Choji were weary of this new guy. Sasuke plain ignored him and continued to glare at Naruto, who was looking at Ino. Ino noticed Naruto's stare and immediately blushed. Hello, I am Sai. As everyone was going outside the office, Tsunade stopped Team Alpha and asked Naruto. Naruto, I realize that you are starting your service as the new military commander of Konoha from today. I know that you can use shadow clones to help you, but even you can sometimes act as an idiot. So I would like to ask you, would you like to nominate someone to be your secretary just like Shizen is for me? Naruto thought for a while, then said, I want to strengthen the bonds of our newly formed team. So if they are okay with it, I would like to have Ino become my secretary and Tenten along with Niji to become my advisors and bodyguards. On hearing his request, Tsunade couldn't help but smile. You have grown, brat. Do you have any objection? Asked Tsunade. When all three behind Naruto gave their negative, she continued. Alright, so it's settled then. Do as Naruto say from now on. He will be the one to give you missions from now on, and I will only call you in emergencies. Hi, well, you three should consider joining ANBU now, as it will benefit your team, said Tsunade, and then turned to Naruto. Naruto, I wanted to train you to become Rokudame after me, thus I have taken the liberty to shift your office from the ANBU headquarters to the room beside this one. This wall here that separates both rooms is a triple-layered genjutsu. Both of us will be able to observe each other in this way. Now off you go to that office of yours, said Tsunade, annoyed with the smirking blonde eye front of her. Inwardly she was feeling like the proudest mother of the whole world for her Gaki. You have sure grown up, Naruto, into a young man just like Minato. End cut. Chapter 8. Getting started. The same day, Hokage Tower, Naruto was feeling quite light after the meeting with the Godame. He was debating with himself for a while now. Topic was the decision he made in the morning. He thought that it was important for his team to understand as well as trust each other. Some would think why he did not nominate Shikamaru for the post of his advisor. The reason was simple in his mind. Shikamaru was leader of Team Beta, the second strongest team formed in the morning. He would be occupied by the teamwork training with his new teammates. It was not as if Naruto was underestimating Shikamaru's strategic skills. Naruto was pretty much convinced that with him and Niji on the team, they would be able to function properly. After all, Niji was smart too, the rookie of the year of his session. His musing was interrupted by the arrival of Ino in his office. Ino was dressed in her usual purple clothing. When he caught sight of Ino, Naruto just stared at her and couldn't help but marvel at the sheer beauty she truly was. Namike-sama, I will be starting my job as your secretary from now. Is there anything you require? Asked Ino. Naruto could see that she was trying very hard to keep herself professional in front of him. She wanted to be the best secretary the handsome blonde could have gotten. Naruto frowned when she addressed him as Namike-sama instead of Naruto. Yes, my dear, I have one order, one request and one question for you, said Naruto. Ino, who was not expecting this kind of reply, gave him her full attention. Anything you need, Namike-sama, she said again, encouraging him to explain himself. First the request. Please call me Naruto, idiot, baka or anything of your liking. Just don't use such formal names with me, said Naruto. Be but Namike's essay. Ino, you are a childhood friend and I would like for you to behave like one with me. I don't want respectful bows from my close friends. At the word close friends, Ino quickly blushed and tried to hide her cheeks behind the folder she was holding. Alright, Naruto. Much better. See, there is no more tension in the office now, is there? Naruto asked, smiling. What about the order and the question? Nami, I mean Naruto, Ino asked, stuttering a little. Yes, about the order. I want you to call a shinobi council meeting on my behalf in an hour. I have some things to discuss with the officials and the clan heads, answered Naruto. Ino nodded quickly, writing down the details of the order given to her. And for the question that I wanted to ask you, actually, I have been playing with the idea for a while now. I wanted to ask you this from the first moment I saw you at my return from the trip. Yamanaka Ino would like to go out on a date with me? I don't know, let's say this evening? Naruto expected an answer in a matter of seconds, but Ino's brain was not responding after hearing the question. I am waiting for the reply, Ino, Naruto mentioned, which in turn jerked her brain back to functioning. Just as Naruto thought that he would now get the answer, Ino pulled a Hinata in front of him and fainted. Man, why do girls always faint in front of me? Naruto mentally complained. He sighed and made a hand motion. Tenten quickly appeared in front of him, ready to carry out any order her team leader would give here. Naruto sighed again at the stoic face of his other female teammate. It was clear that Tenten was upset with Naruto for asking Ino out instead of her. You heard what I said to Ino about the council, right? Asked Naruto. When Tenten only nodded, he became aware of the fact that he needed to handle this situation at the very moment. Alright. Tenten, would you like to go on a date with me tomorrow evening? When Tenten gave him a suspicious look, he decided to elaborate. I am assuming that Ino was willing to go out with me, that's why I am occupied in the evening. But as you know, I fall under the Clan Restoration Act. Hence I will need more than 4 wives at the very least. Now Tenten was dancing with joy in her mind but kept her composure in front of Naruto. Alright, I will go on a date with you, she said. Thanks, I guess. Anyways, please carry out the order I gave to Ino in her place, will ya? Naruto requested, scratching his head, grinning all the time. Tenten exited the office with a noticeable skip in her steps. When she was out of the office, Naruto stood up from his seat and made his way to Ino's body. He quickly lifted her off the floor and placed her on the office sofa in the corner of his office. He made sure that she would not fall off the sofa. When he was about to move back to his seat, he stopped and noticed how peaceful she looked, sleeping, or in this case unconscious. You have grown into a fine female specimen. Maybe, just maybe, there could be more than just friendship between us. You know, Naruto, you two will make a fine couple. I am sure of it, Neji commented, suddenly appearing out of the shadows. Yeah, I know, but we will see where it leads us. I want to date the women I am going to marry in the future, replied Naruto. Yeah, but make sure to take Tenten on her date tomorrow evening. Try to give her some much-needed attention as well. She may look like a tomboy from outside, but in reality, she is as soft as a newborn infant, Neji advised, showing his concern for his longtime teammate. Naruto could only nod at it dumbly. He never knew Neji cared for Tenten so much. Well, everyone can change with time, and Neji was willing to change for the better. 1 hour later, Council Hall. Every clan head was present along with Tsunade. The elders were present as well. There was murmuring among the people present. Everyone was wondering why the ANBU commander felt like to call a shinobi council meeting on his first day in office. Suddenly the gates of the hall flew open and in walked 10 people with their heads high. These were the civil councilors of Konoha. They walked inside the hall as they owned the very place. When they were seated in their side of the hall, one of them felt it necessary to open his mouth. Why were we, the civil councilors, not informed of this meeting? He demanded to know. Tsunade was about to answer the question when Heishi answered for her. Because this is a shinobi council meeting. This is bullshit. We are counselors as well. We should be informed about every meeting. The clan heads just ignored this comment and started to talk among themselves. Suddenly the ANBU on the gate said so that everyone could hear. The ANBU commander, Namikaze-sama, is arriving. Naruto entered the halls and took his seat beside Tsunade and Shikaku, the Jonin commander. Neji and Tenten entered along with Ino. Ino went to stand behind Naruto, and Neji and Tenten disappeared in the shadows. Well, Naruto, will you mind telling us why you have called this meeting? Asked Tsunade. Naruto turned towards the civil side and frowned. What are you guys doing here? He asked with an edge in his voice. We are here because this is a council meeting and you forgot to send the message to us, stated Mabuki Haruno. I didn't forget anything. You weren't needed here, Naruto declared in a bored tone. What? How dare you disrespect us? We are the council, boy. You don't have to tell us what to do, shouted an overly fat counselor. Shut the fuck up. You all are just dumb asses and already have a step in your grave. This is the last time I am going to say this. Never, and I mean never, come to the council when not called. Otherwise it will be my ANBU who will deal with you, Naruto promised with a look that made it clear he was deadly serious. The civil councilors shivered at the threat. It was clear that all the ANBU present in the hall would be more than happy to comply. Now then, if you will please tell me who was the one to inform you about this meeting? Asked Naruto. The ANBU stationed at the gate, Borsan, Mabuki answered, shaking badly. Naruto turned his head towards the indicated ANBU. There he was, just near the entrance of the council hall. Bor, said Naruto in a very calm tone. The ANBU, on hearing the commander call him, appeared in front of Naruto, kneeling. Hi, Commander-sama. Why did you think that it would be a good idea to inform these counselors without consulting me? Asked Naruto in a threatening tone. When you ordered Tenten-san to inform only the clan heads and the elders, I thought that you must have forgot to mention the civil counselors and immediately left to inform them about the council meeting and its timing, the ANBU answered, already expecting a promotion to ANBU captain. So, let me get this straight, you eavesdropped on the conversation of your superior. Left your post of duty without an order, risked the confidential information about a shinobi meeting. The ANBU paled at what his superior pointed out. All in all, you made 3 grave mistakes. For every mistake I will demote you once. Now the ANBU had a look of horror on his face behind the mask. For first from ANBU to Jonin, for second from Jonin to Chunin, and for third from Chunin to Genin. Before the ANBU could say anything, Naruto motioned with his hand and 2 ANBUs appeared and took away the newly demoted Genin. All the civilians were looking at Naruto in fear, whereas all the ANBU swore, then and there, that they will never go against their new commander. I take that this new Genin will not pose any problem to you, Hokage-sama, asked Naruto, inclining his head towards the door. Not at all, Naruto. I can use a Genin of an ANBU's caliber, replied Tsunade. She was proud of how Naruto handled the situation and made sure that the civil council will know their places in the future. Now, as you all civilians are already here, get on with your whining, said Tsunade. Hokage-sama, the Uchiha clan, with the support of the civil council, demands that Uzumaki-san is ordered to hand over the 3 weapons to Sasuke-sama. The weapons he used are too much powerful to be wielded by someone like him. Only an elite, like Sasuke-sama, should wield it, said Mabuki Haruno. She was still upset with Naruto for declining Sakura for the Clan Restoration Act. Those swords and gun by our family heirloom. I said the same during the battle. I am not going to repeat it. Sasuke will not be able to wield them because someone with so much hatred in their heart cannot even lift any of those weapons. That is the first security feature of the weapons. Naruto pointed out, glaring at Mabuki and leaking killing intent. The killing intent leaked by Naruto was so heavy that cracks started to appear on the floor and walls. Seeing that Naruto was getting angry, Ino placed a comforting hand on his shoulder. The killing intent instantly disappeared and Naruto took a deep breath and leaned back in his seat. He turned around and gave Ino a grateful smile. Tsunade saw all this and smirked inwards. You too, huh? Good for you, Gaki. At the failed attempt, another counselor burst out. But Sasuke-sama is the Uchiha clan head. He was cut short when Tsunade started. He is not a clan head. Either the conditions for that position are an age of at least 18 years or second, the person must be a jonin. Sasuke does not fulfill any of the requirements. At this, all the counselors turned their heads towards Naruto. Naruto just raised an eyebrow and asked, "What? Why are you here then?" asked Mabuki. "Do I look like a clan head?" Naruto asked back. When most of them nodded, he sighed. "I am a council member because I am the ANBU commander, not as the clan head of either Uzumaki or Namake's clan," Naruto answered in a bored tone. When no one said anything, Naruto started to become impatient, and suddenly said, "If that's all the civil council wanted to discuss, then I would like to request them to leave the chamber now. The Shinobi Council meeting is about to commence." Before any civilian could protest, ANBU guards appeared and escorted them out. "Now Namake's Dano, what was the real reason for this meeting if I may ask?" asked Hayashi in his ever-stoic tone. Yes, Hayashi-san, you see I just took over the office today morning. So as any new commander, I started to go over the stats of our military." Everyone nodded. It was common sense for any new commander to know about his military. "I noted that even if our military power is second to none, we still have a small shinobi corps and ANBU foundation." Everyone was shocked to hear it. For their village to have small military prowess was a depressing problem. If the information and details of the fall of military prowess of Konoha were to reach Kumo, or worse, IWA, then it would be disastrous. "What do you mean? Surely Konoha's military power is not that bad?" Koharu inquired. "It is, advisor. I checked and found out that the death rate of Konoha shinobis is gradually increasing. Currently we have 1,000 genin, 700 chunin, 400 jonin, 100 elite jonin, 50 tokubetsu jonin, and 300 ANBUs. Overall we only have about 2,500 shinobis." That was quite low. Even after the Kyuubi attack, the village had 3,000 shinobis ready to fight. The level of Konoha's power was surely declining. "But I have a solution for that," Naruto announced, ready to play his trump card. "What would that be, Namake-sama?" Hamura asked, suddenly respectful towards the blonde. Naruto raised an eyebrow at the respect but replied, "I can raise the numbers to 5,000. "What? How? Tell us!" came the demand from everyone. Even Danzo was interested in what the blonde was planning. "First, I want a certain force under my control," Naruto stated. Everyone started to think what force was he talking about. Then suddenly Shikaku realized something. "Don't tell me you are talking about the power of the Kyuubi?" he asked. Everyone gasped at this. The power of Kyuubi was like a nightmare. If the blonde gained control over the said power, then he will be unstoppable. "No, not that power, even though I can already control it. I want..." His eyes scanned everyone in the hall and suddenly he stopped at Danzo. "Root." Danzo's eyes widened. How? How can this boy know about his root? Root is a secret organization. Hidden from the world. Hidden from Konoha. I created it for my own purpose, Danzo thought frantically. Tsunade clenched her fists. Her blood was boiling and she was leaking heavy killing intent. She turned her head and glared at the elders, especially Shimura Danzo. That old bag of rotten bones managed to keep his organization's dirty works hidden from her. That piece of shit, she will enjoy giving Naruto control of Root. Everyone else was murmuring among each other. The Root was ordered to be disbanded by the Yondaime before his sacrifice, and the Sandaime did the paperwork for the order. If Root was still functioning, which from the look of Naruto, Danzo and Tsunade it was, then Danzo was in deep shit. "What do you mean, boy?" "Root has been disbanded for years now," Danzo declared through clenched teeth. This was a tight situation for him. If Naruto proved that his Root was still functioning in the shadows after the disbanding orders by not one but two previous Hokages, he will be doomed. Oh, if you are confident that Root is no longer in the picture, then you can easily answer this. Why do we only have 2,500 shinobi in the village, when there are 3,500 registered as a professional shinobi in the civil records? Naruto asked firmly. Tsunade was confused at this question, so were the clan heads. "What do you mean, Namake's Dano?" asked Inoichi. "When I saw the number of our shinobi, I called for the civil records. To my astonishment, there are about 3,500 shinobi registrations, excluding the missing Nins and retired ones. Now 2,500 Sato, village shinobi plus 500 border patrolling shinobi of Konoha. 3,000 in total. The remaining 500 are." Naruto looked towards Danzo with narrowed eyes. Everyone followed his gaze towards the sweating Danzo. "I will repeat it once and only once. Hand over the command of Root to me," Naruto demanded in a calm yet threatening tone. "I will not give you my Root. Yes, the Root is still functional. But don't you all forget that it is my Root which is responsible for Konoha being the most powerful Sato. It was Root which dealt with the most shinobi in Orochimaru's invasion and it was Root which helped Orochimaru flee in the end of the invasion. All because you wanted to become Godame. Don't push me, Danzo, or I will not hesitate in revealing all the dark secrets about you and those bandages of yours, shouted Naruto, finally losing his cool and standing up from the seat. Danzo paled at the mention of his bandages. Surely, this brat wouldn't know about his most guarded secret. Still, Danzo was in no position to counter Naruto's words. After glaring at Naruto for a full minute, all the while leaking killing intent aimed at the blonde, he finally asked, "What do you intend to do with Root?" "I am going to use it to take over a village." This made the already shocked council go wild. What do you mean, take over a village?" shouted a baffled Aburame Shibi. "Chaos. The judgment day is here." And Aburame, especially Shibi, shouted. This made Akimichi Chozo to suck in his belly, Shikaku to wake from his council nap, and Inuzuka-tsum to cry in disbelief. Inoichi started to slap himself to get him out of this dream, whereas nearly half of others present started to make ram seals and shout, "Ki, Ki, Ki. Damn it, what a powerful genjutsu, for Christ sake kai." Naruto was finding it quite funny. Tsunade had a look of stupidity on her face. All this turned back to normal when Hayashi let out a girlish scream, "Kaya!" All present deadpanned at the behavior of the clan heads. Cough cough, "I apologize, I thought MY Byakugan was caught in a genjutsu." Everyone's sweat dropped at this. Most of them shot him a look of "Yeah right, punk. As I was saying before, the ahem, certainly entertaining show, I need Root to take over a village." When Tsunade started to open her mouth, Naruto stopped her. "I was saying that there is a small village in the east of Konoha called the Crop Village." Everyone nodded at this. They had heard about the village. That village was going to make an alliance with Konoha when they suddenly stopped sending replies to Konoha's hawks. Yes, their leader, Tsubaki-san, was in Konoha last year to form an alliance, but they suddenly stopped responding to our messages, Tsunade confirmed. "That's because Tsubaki-san is dead," Naruto stated as a matter of fact. "What? How? When?" asked a shocked Tsunade. 10 months ago, an aimed shinobi claiming to be a student of Hanzo the Salamander came to the village and challenged Tsubaki-san. "I don't have to tell you the outcome. In the end, I will use Root to gain control of that village, and we will get resources as well as a military boost of 1,500 shinobis." "That is a good idea, but what will you do about shinobi duties? They are still quite a distance away from Konoha," asked Shikaku. "What about we let the village shift in the back of the Hokage monument?" asked Naruto. We do have a lot of extra land there. It will solve the distance problem and will also make them feel safer under the protection of Konoha," Tsunade pondered. When everyone nodded and signaled their agreement, Tsunade made it an official decision of council. She will do the paperwork later. Then from now on, Root is to follow Naruto's orders, not Danzo's. "Is that clear?" she announced, looking at Danzo. "His plan is good, and in benefit of Konoha." "Alright, I will stick with them for now," Danzo mentally calculated and replied, "Clear. Good. Anything else?" When no one said anything, she turned towards Naruto. "I will meet you in your office later in the day, Hokage-sama," Naruto promised before she had to voice it. She nodded and dismissed the meeting. Everyone was relieved for the end of the meeting, as the shocks they received in today's meeting were more than enough to keep them occupied for a month. An hour later, Naruto's office. Naruto was seated in his office. It was 1 in the afternoon, and the sun was over the head of everyone. He yawned and decided to go for lunch and catch up with his friends. He motioned Tenten from the shadows. She appeared in front of him. "Tenchan, please call every friend of mine to Ichiraku stand. I want to catch up with everyone." "All right, Naruto-kun," said Tenten, smiling. Just as she was about to turn, a Root ANBU appeared in front of Naruto in kneeling position. "Namikaze-sama, Root is ready for you to take under your command." Tenten narrowed her eyes at the new arrival. There was something familiar with this ANBU. But before she could dwell on it any more, Naruto ushered her to carry out her order. Once Tenten was gone, Naruto turned towards the ANBU and said, "Sai, how are you?" The ANBU stiffened. How can Naruto know about his identity? He was an elite Root operative, for crying out loud. Upon noticing the surprise of the ANBU, Naruto smirked inwards. "Don't be surprised, I have a habit to notice tiny details. What gave you away was your skin. I have only seen one person with that kind of skin. You are one of a kind, that's for sure." Sai could only stare stoically at his new commander. Naruto noticed that Sai was not interested in friendly chit-chat. "Alright, I will not keep you waiting. Go find Yamato in the Hokage's office next door and ask him what to do. I have already told him what the first few missions for Root are. Come back tomorrow morning, I have something to discuss with you." Sai only bowed and disappeared in thin air. Naruto only sighed for almost 100th time today. This is proving to be a long day. Naruto quickly gathered his belongings from his desk and motioned Niji and Tenten to follow him. While leaving the office, he turned to one of the ANBU guarding his office entrance. "I am going out for lunch. If someone comes looking for me, tell them to get an appointment for tomorrow." The ANBU nodded and replies, "HAI." Naruto turned to leave, only to stop in his tracks. Niji and Tenten also turned to inquire his reasons. "Did you have lunch?" Naruto asked. "Not yet, sir. I have this post assigned to me until late evening," replied the ANBU. Well then have someone replace you while you have your lunch. I don't want my ninjas to skip meals or go on dieting now, do I? Naruto asked jokingly. On watching the ANBU hesitate, Naruto came forward and placed a supportive hand on his shoulder. What is your name, sir? I know you are not allowed to reveal your name, but I insist. Kudo Hemaru-sir. Alright Kudo-san, I order you to have your lunch in the next half an hour. The ANBU's eyes widened behind the mask and he stuttered, Yes sir. Good, now if you go, I will leave a clone to do the work in my stead. I look forward to seeing your skills in battlefield, Kudo-san, Naruto stated and left with his two friends in tow. Naruto never managed to get the glimpse of horror on the face of the ANBU. Unknown to him, after what he did to the ANBUs in his trial battle, no sane ANBU would try to test his or abilities against him. After some time, at Ichiraku's ramen stand, Naruto reached his favorite ramen stand in 10 minutes with both his friends. When he arrived, he was greeted by the sight of all of his friends sitting at a large table in the restaurant. Apparently, Ichiraku has expanded their business while Naruto was away on his training trip. Now it was a 2-story restaurant with a small staff of 5 waiters and waitresses. Old man Ichiraku also employed a new pair of chefs to help him in the kitchen. Ayam could be seen sitting at the entrance to welcome the customers. Here Naruto-kun, Ino called out, waving her hand over her head to signal their position. Naruto joined everyone on the large table in the middle. There were Team 10, Team 9 and Team 8 along with their senseis. The only member of Team 7 present was Kakashi. So, not that I am complaining, but why did you call us over here, Naruto? Asked Asuma with a cigarette between his lips. At this, everyone turned their heads towards Naruto, who gave a nervous chuckle. Well, you see, I was gone for a couple of years or so. Thus, I wanted to know about what happened in Konoha during my training trip. I wanted to know about the achievements you all made and special occasions that I should know about. Everyone nodded at the logic. It was good to know that even if Naruto was now a force to reckon with on the battlefield, he was still the caring friend they all knew. Oh, I will tell you, Naruto-kun. What about our Chunin exams? Ino asked excitedly. Naruto just shrugged and nodded. I am all ears, Ino-chan. And so Ino started the story about how they all took the Chunin exams again. Sasuke was promoted by the council just after the invasion, thus leaving only Sakura on Team 7. As Shikamaru was promoted as well, Team 10 was down by one member too. Hence, Tsunade assigned Sakura to Team 10 for the Chunin exams. Fortunately, there were no preliminaries this time and they all made it to the finals. In the finals they fought some very powerful genins of foreign villages and succeeded in pulling through it. And then the next day, Tsunade-sama called us to Hokage Tower, where we received our Chunin vests. Ah, I see. I know I am late by about 2.5 years, but congrats everyone. You all earned that promotion, Naruto congratulated, giving them a true smile. Everyone nodded and thanked him for his words. Suddenly Ino jumped and pointed at Naruto. You never told us about your Chunin exams. Naruto raised an eyebrow at that. Sorry Ino, everyone. The information regarding my promotions are confidential. Can't tell you even if I want to. Before Ino could say anything else, Kakashi suddenly stood up and asked everyone, mind if I borrow Naruto for a moment? When everyone shrugged, he motioned Naruto to follow him to a nearby table. When both of them were at the table, Kakashi began. Naruto, I don't know how to say this, but I am very sorry for being the type of sensei I was to you. I know I neglected you and only focused on Sasuke, and for that I am sorry. Kakashi watched, as Naruto's face remained expressionless. Not that Kakashi expected him to show any. Sighing, Kakashi continued, I always wanted to teach you too, believe me, I really did. But the council stopped me from doing so. They ordered me to only train Sasuke and stunt your progress as a ninja. I wanted to train you so much, as I knew that you were my sensei's son, but they wanted to make sure that the last loyal pair of Sharingan remained in Konoha. They threatened to transfer you to another team. I couldn't allow that, as your new sensei may have been one of those demon haters. I know I am a terrible teacher and Naruto suddenly interjected. Sensei, you taught me something very important. Those who abandon rules are trash, but those who abandon their comrades are worse than trash. That is something a terrible teacher cannot hope to teach. You taught me teamwork. You did what you could and that's enough for me. Kakashi only felt pride on hearing his student's words. Thank you, Naruto, thank you very much. My life is full of failures and I lost many dear ones due to said failures. But I will not fail you. If you ever need me for anything, I mean anything, just call me. Actually, there is something I want from you, Naruto mentioned, smiling. Kakashi was surprised but composed himself. Of course, what do you want from me? Naruto just smiled. I want your word that you will join the ANBU under my command. Kakashi was shocked. He left ANBU so that he could forget about his failures. The same reason he joined in the first place. But if joining the ANBU back would help Naruto in any way, then he will do it. He owed Naruto that much at the very least. Okay, just for you, I will rejoin the ANBU. Good, it's good to hear that from you, sensei. Now I can finally see the legendary Sharingan no Kakashi as the feared Konoha ANBU Captain Inu. Ah, so you know about my career's past. So when do I start? What about now? Naruto asked, smiling. Wait, are you serious? Of course, now after the party, haul your ass to my office and receive your uniform from my clone. Alright, I will. And your first mission is to kill the ANBU guarding my office doors. Chapter 9. The man named Hemuru Senki's, Beta White Angel of Oralan. Naruto was standing in front of a one-way observation glass in Konoha's interrogation department. On the other side of the glass was Kudo, or what was left of him, the very same ANBU Naruto ordered to be eliminated. Kakashi was going to kill the ANBU as ordered, but Naruto then asked him to capture him instead. You never know what a good spy can provide you with after all. Tsunade was standing beside him with a grave expression on her face. She could never believe that a spy will be found inside her ANBU forces. From the look of it, Kudo may have been a sleeping cell. Sighing, she turned towards Naruto. Naruto noticed her action and already knew what she wanted to know. How did you? I have my ways, Bachan. She just narrowed her eyes at the blonde commander. And these ways of yours are? She questioned. You won't leave the topic until I tell you, right? Do I have to repeat myself, Naruto? Asked an annoyed Godame. Fine. When I started a friendly conversation with the guy over there this afternoon outside my office, he was trying to act professionally. So to investigate, I asked him his name. He refused to tell me the name, even though as the ANBU commander I already know every ANBU by their real name. Tsunade was puzzled. The brat was not telling the important info. Just get to the point, Naruto. Alright, geez, give me a break. Anyways, I placed my hand on his shoulder while requesting his name again. My hand on his shoulder was taken as an intimate gesture by him, and he started to sweat. He was scared and spilled the beans by telling me his real name, Kudo Hemuru. Tsunade leaned in, and the Hemuru clan is a resident clan of AIM. No Hemuru can be found in Hino Kuni, much less in Konoha. I'll just cut the crap. In the end, the result is in front of you, an AIM spy in form of bloody mess. Tsunade was gaping openly now. Just a hand on the shoulder and boom, game over. Naruto was never going to stop surprising her. Kakashi was standing in the corner, discussing the result of interrogation with Ibiki. Apparently, Kudo was in Konoha for about 2 years. He was already leaking confidential information for months now. Maybe that was the reason behind the increased attacks on Konoha squads outside the walls of Konoha. He also confirmed that he was going to leak the information regarding Naruto and his heritage as well as position in 2 days. Kakashi turned towards the Godame and the ANBU commander to inform them about the results. After the briefing from Kakashi, Naruto thanked him and turned towards the door. He was about to go and prepare for his date with Ino in the evening, but was stopped when Anko came in the room. After Ibiki was finished with Kudo, Anko had insisted that she wanted to use some of her tricks on him. It was a good decision that Tsunade allowed it, because from the look on Anko's face she found something important. What is it, Anko? Asked Tsunade as Naruto stopped at the door with his hand on the knob. He said that he was sent here by an Aim. Apparently, the same Aim, who now rules Crop Village. Tsunade's eyes widened. If what Anko said was true, then this Aim was a disturbing character. To have the balls to plant a spy in the most powerful military establishment of elemental nations. This guy was either very dangerous or a big fool. Naruto, on the other hand, was getting angry. The situation of Crop Village was getting out of control. This new leader was something else, that Naruto knew. This type of action from him required a serious action from Konoha's side as well. Anything else, Anko? Asked Naruto seriously. Tsunade now knew that Naruto was going to do something. Yeah, he also said something about his father going to make us pay for what we did to him. His father? Asked Kakashi. Yeah, it seems that he is the son of the new leader of Crop Village. He told me his father's name, something like Hemuru Sake. Hemuru Sake, Naruto muttered under his breath. Tsunade noticed this reaction on his part, and questioned. You know him? No, I don't. I just remembered a report of Jiraiya-sensei's spy network. It was reported that a guy named Hemuru Sake was trying to gain a position in Akatsuki a couple of years back, Naruto answered, earning shocked and concerned looks from everyone present. Well, now we know that they refused him, eh? Said Kakashi, chuckling. Naruto chuckled as well, but stopped on noticing the glare both of them were receiving from an enraged Tsunade. If you two are done fooling around, shall we discuss our next course of action? Asked Tsunade. Not here, Bachan. Let's head to my office first, shall we? Naruto suggested. On Tsunade's approving nod, Naruto quickly grabbed all 3 of them and disappeared in a flash. Naruto's office. 5:40 p.m. Naruto appeared in a flash with his passengers. Naruto was greeted by the sight of Niji pacing around in his office with a frown on his face. On seeing Naruto appear in a flash, Niji started to complain. Naruto, you little sh. Niji quickly controlled himself on seeing Tsunade there and coughed. Naruto, where were you for the last hour? I was getting pounced by questions from everyone, the annoyed Hyuga complained. Naruto chuckled nervously and apologized for his absence. Gomen Niji, I was the interrogation department of Konoha. Some important stuff came up, so I want you to go and get Ino and Tenten here. I want to discuss something with you all. Niji realized the seriousness of the situation and quickly nodded before disappearing in a leaf shunshin. Naruto signaled the root ANBU in his room to fetch Sai as well, and the ANBU disappeared in shadows after receiving his orders. What are your intentions with this situation, Naruto? Asked Kakashi. Tsunade nodded as well and turned towards her successor for some answers. I think this action on Hemuru's behalf needs a serious retaliation from Konoha. We are the most powerful hidden village out of the Great Five. Something like this should not be ignored by us. Bachan will agree with me on this one, Naruto stated in a grave tone with a frown on his face. Even so, what are you trying to do? From what I know, we must discuss this with the council and use a democratic approach to handle this situation, Tsunade commented. This is no longer a democratic matter, Bachan. It's far from it now, and I will handle it personally. You are forgetting what was discussed in the last council meeting. Why I asked for root, replied Naruto. Tsunade's eyes widened. You mean? Yes, we are taking down Crop Village. This will be a joint operation between ANBU Black OPS and Root. Hemera bit off more than he can chew. It's time we remind him why Konoha is feared throughout the elemental nations. I will make an example out him for the rest of the world. No one messes with Konoha as long as I am here, said Naruto. Before Tsunade could say anything, Squad Alpha's remaining 3 members walked in along with Sai. All 4 of them stood in attention in front of the village leader, and their commander/squad leader. Naruto ignored them for a second and turned towards Tsunade. I will still need your approval for this type of military action, Hokage-sama, said Naruto in a professional tone. Tsunade toyed with the idea for a while. On one hand, this action will not sit well with Kumo and IWA. They were sure to take it as an offending or alarming military move. Konoha could not afford that right now. On the other hand, this kind of military breach was alarming as well. Konoha praised itself on its superior defenses as well as security, courtesy of the late Uzumaki clan. If she stopped Naruto now, Konoha would save the peace, but the danger of an infiltration or worse, invasion would increase. They were not going to experience another repeat of Chunin exams, not on her watch. If she allowed Naruto his plan, then they would receive more military power, which was never a bad thing for a hidden village, even though there would be some tension between the Great Five. But Crop Village was in Hai no Kuni. No one would be able to blame Konoha for anything. She had made her decision. Alright, I give you my permission, but this assignment will remain a S-rank secret until it is over. Definitely, as you wish, Naruto confirmed, and then turned towards the 4 shinobi and immediately got their attention. Naruto turned towards Sai and said, Go and tell your root to prepare for the task we discussed at the afternoon. We are going to head out tonight. Meet us outside the walls of the north side of the village. Sai nodded. Hi, right away, sir, said Sai, and he disappeared in a leaf shunshin. Naruto turned towards his squad mates. Sorry girls, but our dates will have to wait. This is a matter of village security. I hope you understand, Naruto apologized. When both the girls nodded, he continued. Today we discovered an AIM spy in our shinobi ranks, and not just on any post, an ANBU agent, Naruto explained, gaining looks of shock and surprise from his friends. He was captured by Kakashi-sensei and later interrogated by Ibiki and Enko. We found out that he was the reason behind the increased attacks on Konoha shinobi squads outside the village. He also confirmed that he was going to leak information regarding my heritage and position in 2 days. Niji interjected. Then it is good that we got him before he could do that. Yes, that's true. But the main information that we got from him was that he is the son of Hemura's Sasuke, an S-ranked AIM missing nin. This Sasuke character is the same guy who now rules the Crop Village. So let me get this straight. This ANBU that Kakashi-sensei caught was a spy working for his father, who is apparently the dictator of the Crop Village, who thinks he can get away with infiltrating the security of Konoha, Tenten listed slowly. Yeah, that sums it up, said Naruto. And we are supposed to do what? Ino asked. We are going to take down this shithead named Hemura's Sasuke. Yeah, well, mind telling us how are we going to take down a man, who will obviously surrounded by tons of shinobi? Asked Tenten. That's why we are bringing Root with us, Ten-chan, Naruto answered. When everyone looked at each other a straight minute, Niji finally asked. So, what are we supposed to do now? Naruto smiled. Go to your place and start packing for a week-long mission. I will meet you all at the North Gate midnight. All 3 of them nodded and politely left through the door. Once the 3 shinobi were gone, Naruto turned towards Tsunade again. Kakashi was leaning on the wall behind Naruto's seat and Tsunade sitting in the said ANBU commander's seat. Not that Naruto minded it. She leaned back in the chair and said/asked, So, you planning to go for a week, huh? Pray tell who is going to handle the commander position until then? Why, Kakashi-sensei, of course, stated an amused Naruto. Kakashi nearly fell from his position on the wall. What the he stuttered. Don't worry, sensei, it's nothing difficult. Trust me, you will do fine, Naruto assured, barely holding back his laughter at his sensei's horror-struck face. And how would you know that? Today was your first day as the ANBU commander. Kakashi shot back. And tomorrow will be yours, quipped a chuckling Naruto. Yeah, whatever, muttered Kakashi under his breath. Then he turned towards Tsunade hopefully. Tsunade-sama, surely you understand that I am not suited for this job. I must be on the assigned team, right? Tsunade was quite amused by the look on Kakashi's face. She turned towards the other 2 shinobi in the room and smirked towards the masked ninja. I think it would be a nice assignment for you to get back your ass in top gears, don't you think, Kakashi? Now Kakashi was crying anime tears in the corner of the room, all the while mumbling about sadist blondes and their antics. Konoha, North Gate, 11:57 p.m. All the shinobi assigned to the mission were assembled in front of the gates. Team Alpha was checking the gears and supplies for the last time before heading out on the week-long mission. Tsunade was present along with Kakashi. The blonde Hokage was there to give her surrogate son her best wishes. This was his first mission as the ANBU commander, and she will be damned if she didn't show up to see him off, said Surrogate Sun was on the top of the gates, stretching his legs. After a couple of minutes Naruto jumped down and made his way towards the group. Everyone ready? He asked the group of ninjas. Hi came the reply of his squad mates. He smiled and then turned towards Tsunade, who came forward and hugged him. Take care, Naruto, and please be safe, she said after releasing him from the hug. See you in a week, Bachan, Naruto replied grinning. She just nodded as Naruto turned towards Kakashi. Show them the strength of Konohagakure, Naruto, and show them what a Namikaze can do, Kakashi commented, giving him a thumbs up. Naruto nodded and gave his sensei a hug which Kakashi was more than happy to return. And don't read that orange book of yours in my office, sensei, or I will get Bachan to ban those from the village, Naruto threatened and chuckled on seeing Kakashi go pale. I'll make sure to keep that in mind, said Kakashi nervously. Finally, Naruto turned towards his team. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's give them hell, Naruto declared as he took off towards the crop village, his team soon following behind. Soon the team vanished in the forest surrounding the great hidden village and Tsunade turned towards Kakashi. What do you think, Kakashi? Was it right on my behalf to permit this assignment? Asked the Godame. I don't know that, I am no village leader. But what I do know is that Minato-sensei would have said, one must sacrifice her safety so that the next generation can be protected. He would have done the same, I am sure about that, said the famed Sharingan wielder. Tsunade just nodded and walked off. After all, the Yondaime was the most legendary ninja in the history of Konoha, and if this is what he would have done, then she was satisfied with her decision. With Team Alpha, after 5 minutes, Naruto and company were going at a mid-pace towards the crop village. There was a comfortable silence between the team. They were traveling in the night, and it was quite hard to see, as the trees were preventing any moonlight from entering the canopy. Neji and Naruto had their Byakugan activated to guide the team in the dark. They were out in the forest only for 5 minutes now when Neji suddenly stopped. There are about 50 shinobi coming towards us at high speed. All high Jonin level. What are the orders, Naruto? He inquired. Stand down, they are Root Anbu. They are here to accompany us. They will handle the village shinobi while we take out Hemaru, replied Naruto. Everyone nodded and stopped to wait for their allies. Soon there were 50 shinobi kneeling in front of Naruto. The one in the front said, Root Division has sent us to assist you in the mission, Namikaze-sama. We will perform to our best of abilities. All of us are yours to command. Naruto nodded and said, Good, now let's reach the crop village in the next 3 hours. You will camp outside, while me and my team will infiltrate the village directly. HAI. And so, the not-so-small group of shinobis took off to the trees. Their destination, the crop village. The crop village, 3:04 p.m., same night. The shinobis reached their destination easily without encountering any patrolling teams of the small village. Naruto could see the small village surrounded by fields of farmers from his position on a nearby hill. The village was quite small, but held great power over nearby lands. There was a river flowing from the middle of the village, which was clearly used to water the crop, if the small canals were anything to go by. Finishing his first inspection, Naruto turned towards the apparent leader of the Root Anbu group. We will be going into the village now. Make a camp here in the shed of trees and set traps around the area. According to the information that spy gave us, he was supposed to leave the scroll containing the information over that side of the village walls. The Anbu nodded attentively. His new commander was rumored to give special kind of punishments, after all. Naruto continued, capture whoever comes to fetch the scroll, interrogate and terminate. Am I clear? Hi. Good, we will strike tomorrow night, keep your shinobi ready. With that Naruto vanished along with his team. Outside the gates of Crop Village, 4:32 p.m. The guard was still asleep when he suddenly felt a chill run down his spine. Jumping to consciousness, he ran towards the gates to check the road leading towards the village. What he saw made him stop. There in the front of the gate stood 4 people, all adorning long black coats with hoods drawn. From the look of it 2 of them were females if the curves he was seeing were right. He cautiously approached them. Who are you and what is your business in the Crop Village? No one answered. The guard became annoyed and asked again. Hey, I asked you something. Who are you and what is your business in the Crop Village? The one in the front came forward and said, Can't you tell, we are here to murder your leader of course. The guard's eyes grew wide and he moved to bring out his kunais, but before he could even reach his weapon's pouch, a hand roughly grabbed his collar, and he found himself staring in the blood-red color of a pair of Sharingan. It seems Naruto was just having fun before the real mission. Soon the guard stopped struggling and moved aside with a glazed look in his eyes. You may enter, said the guard in a monotone voice. Naruto placed his hand on the guard's chest and pushed him backwards. The guard fell in his seat and fell asleep in an instant. The group entered the village without any more disturbance. They soon found an inn and entered the said establishment. There was a young woman sleeping on the counter. Ino woke her up and rented 2 rooms for 3 nights, 1 for boys and 1 for girls. Once everyone was settled, they decided that they would start to gather some information in the morning and went to sleep. Next day. The next day was spent collecting information by the whole team. Neji and Tenten went to the west and south sides of the village, whereas Naruto and Ino went to the east and north. They found out that this Hemaru Senkei lived in the great mansion in the middle of the military district of the village. He had an army of servants to work for him. He always had bodyguards around him and never once had anyone tried to attack him. He claimed to be a student of Hansel the Salamander. He liked to live a luxurious life. He was fond of women and was famous to abduct females from the crop village as well as nearby villages. This last bit of information made Naruto's blood to boil. He hated this kind of guys with his very being. To think a guy could treat women as a trophy and throw them out after his lust was extinguished. Naruto swore then and there that this guy was going to die a very painful death. He would make sure of it. Ino was also furious about this piece of information, but her reaction paled in comparison to Naruto's. That's why, instead of expressing her anger, she decided to help Naruto calm down. Apparently, they were the ones to find out about this side of the dictator, and so the reactions were clearer. In the evening, they decided to head back to the root camp to discuss their findings. That evening, Forest Hill, root camp. Team Alpha were in the root A and B camp, going over the plans of attack once more. The shinobi that we captured and interrogated told us nothing of major importance or anything that we didn't already knew. You really didn't get any information from the guy? Asked Naruto irritated. Well, he said that Hemaru is going to announce himself as the king of the village tomorrow morning outside his mansion. We judged it as useless information, that's why I skipped it, said the root ANBU. This got Naruto thinking. This guy thinks he can just barge into the Hai no Kuni, Konoha's territory, and claim a village as his own. Over all this he had the balls to try and declare himself king or ruler of the said village. Naruto was going to make him eat those thoughts of his tonight. Alright, we will strike at midnight. Root will take care of the guards and servants. Me and my team will take care of the Hemera bitch. Everyone nodded and started to prepare for the final assassination. Naruto turned towards the root operatives and motioned them to assemble in front of him. Remember, these shinobi will soon be serving Konoha's will of fire, so no killing. Just knock them out, or if a fight breaks out, refrain from mortally injuring them. Am I clear? Hi. This will have to go as smoothly as possible. One team of A and B will be with my team to provide backup. After Naruto finished giving out instructions, he turned around and walked off towards his team. Get ready, guys, this will be a mission you will never forget. Imprint these memories in your mind, because tonight we are not Team Alpha or Ino or Naruto or Tenten or Niji. Tonight, we are shinobis of Konoha, nothing less and certainly nothing more, Naruto declared in his most serious voice, getting nods from his comrades. Midnight, Crop Village gates. The same guard who encountered Team Alpha last night was on the duty. This time he was standing while struggling to stay awake. Maybe tomorrow Hemura-sama will reward me for my hard work and guard duty, he thought happily, missing the shadow of shinobi coming from behind. Yes, maybe he will give me a... Before he could think anything more, his world blurred and his mind went blank, courtesy of a chop to the neck. As soon as the guard went down, the 50 root operatives rushed inside the village. In blink of an eye, everything was back to normal again, excluding an unconscious guard on the ground. Naruto moved along with his team towards the mansion of their target at neck-breaking speed without a faintest sound. The route was performing well, as all the guards and patrolling shinobi were no longer there. Naruto would make sure to praise the shinobis after the mission. They entered the mansion via a window. Once inside, Naruto ordered Niji to go look for the guards posted inside the mansion. Ino went to free the enslaved women in the basement along with Tenten as her backup. Naruto turned towards a nearby room and found it to be servants' quarters. He quietly entered the room and grabbed a servant with his collar. The servant woke up with a start and started to sputter nonsense. Hush, shut up. Naruto scolded the servant like a child to help him control his nerves. What, where, who? The servant babbled, still confused. Why am I the only one to get stuck with idiots? Alright, let's try this. Tell me, where is the room of your master Hemurasuke? Naruto asked in a whisper. Say second floor, a last one with D double doors, the servant answered nervously. Good, thanks for cooperation, Naruto stated, before casting a genjutsu on the servant to make him forget about the talk. He quickly exited the servant quarters and found his backup root team standing outside, waiting for him. Namike-sama, we are here to assist you in any way possible, the one in front declared. Alright, stay in the shadows and only come out when needed, ordered Naruto before the ANBUs vanished. Alright, here we go, Naruto mumbled, as he took off towards the staircase for the second floor. After reaching the second floor he moved forward with his back pressed against the walls. After walking for a while he spotted a set of double doors at the end of the corridors. He quickly reached the doors but found them locked from the inside. Shit, now I can't get inside without busting through these doors, which will surely warn the bastard and his bodyguards, thought Naruto, cursing mentally. No choice. I'll have to do this, thought Naruto before bringing out his left. A ball of clue chakra formed in the palm of his hand. He used the Rasengan to grind the doors away. Boom! The doors flew back from their hinges and fell back inside the room. Few seconds ago inside the room, Hemurasuke was sleeping peacefully in his king-sized bed, dreaming about his celebrations for tomorrow. Suddenly his bedroom's door came flying down on the floor. He was instantly surrounded by his guards with weapons drawn, ready to protect him on a moment's notice. From the cloud of dust, a blue sphere of light could be seen. Suddenly a solitude of a young man became visible in the middle of the dust cloud. You must be Hemurasuke if I am not in the wrong room, right? Came a young male voice. Sake strained his to look inside the dust cloud to recognize the intruder. Who are you and how dare you barge inside my mansion? Asked Sasuke. Suddenly the intruder shifted his haori, and the dust flew back revealing the intruder for the dictator and his guards to see. The look on Senkai's face turned from anger and confusion to one of fear. He quickly backed away from Naruto and pressed his back to the head of his bed. Wyo Yandame Hokage, whispered a trembling Sasuke, who was now scared shitless. His bodyguards were now sweating from fear as well. None of them knew that they will have to face the legendary Yandame Hokage of Konoha in this job. Naruto's grin only turned into a smirk. So, at least you do recognize Konoha shinobis, that's good. What do you want from me? Asked Sasuke. You don't know? Naruto asked back. And no, I haven't done anything to Konoha, Sasuke claimed. Naruto's smirk turned into a frown. He leaked his killing intent in the room and raised his chakra a little higher. The effects were instantaneous, as Sasuke pissed himself. Even if he was an A-rank shinobi, bordering S rank, but even he was nothing compared to Namikaze Minato. His bodyguards were on their knees, gasping for breath. The root ANBUs in the shadows were sweating as well. Their new commander could really be intimidating if he wanted to. Naruto finally spoke. I am here to return something which belongs to you. He took out a scroll and unsealed the item sealed inside it. Senkai's eyes grew wide. Naruto was holding his son Kudo's head in his hands. This guy said that you were his father, and will make me pay for doing this to him, said Naruto as he threw the bodiless head of Kudo on Senkai's feet. Sasuke fell to his knees and started to cry. His sorrow soon turned into anger, and he jumped to his feet. Kill him now, he shouted at his guards. Before his guards could even blink in response, 5 ANBU fell from the ceiling and killed them in a span of a second. Naruto didn't even blink, which signaled Sasuke that these ANBU were his comrades. Your name or not, I will kill you myself for this, roared the dictator, as he started forming hand seals at a fast pace. Suetun, Mizurappa no Jutsu, water style, great water breakthrough. A wave of water rushed towards Naruto and the ANBU. The ANBU quickly raced through hand seals and announced in perfect harmony. Doton, Dorihiki, earth style, earth wall. An earth wall rose up to defend them from the roaring water. Naruto decided to end this fight quickly and jumped over the Doton Jutsu while extending his arm towards Sasuke and his Suetun Jutsu. Shinra Tensei. Wham! The Suetun Jutsu turned around and made contact with the surprised Sasuke and threw him back into a wall. He groaned and tried to stand back up, but found himself unable to stand. It was like his body weight was suddenly tripled. He turned his head around and saw Naruto standing there with his hands still pointing towards him. On a closer look, he saw that Naruto's eyes were glowing metallic purple now. He growled and used all of his strength to lift himself up from the ground. On seeing him struggle so much, Naruto decided to let him stand and removed his added gravity from him. As soon as the extra weight was lifted, Sasuke sprang in action and ran towards Naruto with his fist coated in chakra. Reaching Naruto, he swung his fist with all his might towards Naruto's face. Naruto didn't even blink, which helped boost Senkai's confidence in his inhuman speed. But as soon as his fist came within an inch of Naruto's face, an unknown force attacked him and he found himself flying through air back towards the wall. Sasuke noted that Naruto had his palm facing towards him. He was ready to collide with the wall when suddenly Naruto turned his left hand so that the back of his hand was facing Sasuke. Banshotenin. Senkai's eyes grew wide as he found himself flying back towards Naruto at blinding speed. Suddenly a black ray rod dropped from Naruto's sleeves in his right hand. Sasuke came flying in Naruto's hands and Naruto wasted no time in impaling him on the rod. Sasuke coughed up blood and his eyes started to lose their shine. So much for the end of the king of this village, Sasuke groaned, counting his last breaths. Out of mercy I will make your death quick, said Naruto. He placed his hand on Senkai's head, ready to pull his soul out. Oh, and just so you know, I am not Namikaze Minato, my father. I am Namikaze Uzumaki Naruto, and he pulled his hand back. Sasuke went limp as his soul was pulled out of his body. Naruto turned towards the ANBU behind him and smiled. So, mission accomplished, I guess. Next day, outside the mansion, everyone in the village was gathered in front of the mansion of their dictator. There was whispers and murmuring going among the villagers regarding the new king. Suddenly the shinobi stationed in front of the gates of the mansion shouted, "All hail, Hamaru-sama!" Still there was little noise made by the public. The gates of the main balcony opened and everyone tried to peep inside. They were expecting Hamaru along with his guards to walk out. Imagine their surprise when instead of 6 to 7 people, 20 or so Konoha ANBU walked out from either side of the gates. Even the shinobi population was shocked. They were expecting their dictator to come out, not Konoha ANBUs. When the murmur started again, an ANBU walked forward and announced, "Konoha's ANBU Commander Namikaze-sama is arriving." This made everyone to stop their talking and look towards the gates. A single figure walked out of the mansion in the balcony. Golden sun-kissed blonde hairs, with the looks of the late Yandame Hokage. He was wearing a Konoha standard Jonin vest with black shirt under it with ANBU pants. He also had an orange haori with black flames at the bottom. "Hello everyone, I am Namikaze Uzumaki Naruto, Konoha's ANBU commander. With the orders of Godame Hokage Senju Tsunade, Konoha performed a military operation yesterday in your village at midnight." Everyone started to whisper among them. Our target was Hamaru Sasuke. I won't go into details for the security reasons, but I will tell you this, the mission was a success. I personally handled Sasuke, and he won't be seen in the land of living anymore. Everyone started to cheer at this. They were happy that their dictator was dead and now they were free. Naruto smiled but continued. But as the situation has changed, your village is leaderless and an easy target for attacks from other village shinobis. Konohagakure no Sato has offered to take the crop village under our protection. Your shinobi will be treated as Konoha's shinobi, your civilians will be considered Konoha citizens. You will be given land in Konoha to rebuild your village there. On the behalf of Godame Hokage and Konoha, I invite you to join the greatest hidden village of elemental nations. The crowd cheered for Naruto as they were now fully safe with a village like Konoha backing them. No one will dare attack them, not anymore. Oh, almost forgot. We Konoha shinobi respect women and thus, here are the women abducted by Sasuke, Naruto added when the mansion's gates opened and abducted women were united with their families. Naruto couldn't help but smile as he thought, I finally did something important, Tusan Kasan, I hope you are proud of me. I promise this will not be the last of it. Databale, the end. What if Powerful Naruto Council bashing Sasuke bashing harem? And thanks for watching my video till the end. If you enjoy this content, then do consider subscribing to my channel. And leave a like if you guys need the next part, comment down and thanks for watching the video and see you guys in the next video.